Good evening and welcome to Pandora's Wake Apocalypse Age Stage 3, the early years. This is our post-apocalyptic live play. The gaming system that we will be using is Modern Age by our friends over at Green Ronin Publishing, but the setting is Pandora's Wake by ourselves at Gethsemane Games. I'll be your Games Master. I'm Bryan F. Irving from Gethsemane Games and from DH9 Radio. The sound effects that you'll be hearing today are variously by the DH9 Radio Foley Unit, Battle Bards, and freesound.org, whilst the music is variously by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com, Tabletop Audio, and DH9 Radio's production unit. As mentioned, I'm Bryan F. Irving, the Games Master. I'm from Gethsemane Games and DH9 Radio. And with me, we have a partial cast for various reasons today. So unfortunately, Mark's not going to be able to make it. So Rab will be played sort of a combination between myself and the player's wife, who I'll introduce in a moment because she has her own character. So, those of you who are here, Chris Gibson as Adam Taylor.
Hello, I'm Adam Taylor, Dr. Adam Taylor. I have a PhD in plant sciences, which is a knowledge of range of plant biology, which comes in helpful with this ecosystem.
It does indeed. Jenni Saveall, who will be playing Erin Black.
Hello, I'm Jenni. I play Erin Black, who is a rescue helicopter pilot for the Coast Guard, but probably not for too much longer.
Indeed. And you'll also be helping us play your husband's character, Rab.
Yes.
Since Mark is at work. Ben Watson isn't currently with us because he's just discovered that the team he is with at university have not finished the coding they needed to do for a project that has to be handed in 2 hours' time. So he's gone off to do that. He'll be hoping to join us later. So Joe Watson will probably be played by me, I should imagine. We have Sean McGill as Thomas Gallagher.
Evening. Not too well. Bit of a cough and COVID, but carrying on. And I play Thomas Gallagher, who's a bit of a magician when it comes to car mechanics.
Indeed he is. And finally we have Marie McGowan-Irving as Elizabeth Lizzie Ryan.
Hello everyone, I'm Marie. I play Lizzie Ryan, who is a specialist in parkour and chase tag, which means she can run up a ball from a standing start, and she really, really loves cows.
All of which is true, but Marie, you're very slightly quiet again.
Okay, sorry. How about that?
That seems
I can't
better.
get the mic any closer to my mouth without actually putting it into my mouth, and that feels a bit unsanitary.
It does, doesn't it? Yes, especially in the middle of a plague. So let's not do that. Okay, that does sound a lot better, though. So thank you very much. Okay, I think I'm a bit quiet now, actually. Oh, God, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Never mind. Let's see if we can get some gaming done, shall we? So, year has passed since the Pandora event, the night that the skies turned purple and tore open to reveal what lay behind them, the Otherverse, a lethal hellscape populated by plant and animal species that knew no fear of humanity and which spilled into our universe. The first to cross were the deadly predatory fauna of the Otherverse, no more than animals, but seemingly with an endless hunger for terrestrial flesh. At first, humanity held its own. For all the savagery of the Otherverse, our technology and weapons gave us an edge that the animals just couldn't match. Then came the flora, no less deadly than the fauna, it seemed. Some toxic to terrestrial life, some carnivorous and predatory like the animals that had come before. The alien plant life took root in our world and began to terraform it into a copy of its own. With it came the diseases, wave after wave of deadly pathogen. Cracks began to show. Smaller, often rural areas began to fall to the Otherverse. Our food supply chain began to buckle. Riots broke out in the cities as food and fuel shortages loomed. The cat nearly scared the living shit out of me by creeping up on me from behind and stealing something from right next to me as she passed under my chair. So riots broke out in the cities as food has done it again.
Oh.
Riots broke out in the cities as food and fuel shortages loomed, and still the other verse spilled across the earth. She's going to give me no peace till I play with her, so I'm wagging a cat toy in her direction as I do this. But while I do that, let's have a little bit of a listen to this newscast.
The Government's Emergency Powers Other Verse Act was passed today over the objections of the Lords who had returned the bill to the lower house. The move has triggered a constitutional crisis, and experts have claimed the move is in violation of British law. The First Ministers of Scotland and Wales responded by calling for new referendums on devolution.
As food shortages continue to plague the country, the spate of lorry hijackings has increased for a third month running in the UK. Lorry drivers are demanding more protection as they are facing increasingly violent attacks by masked assailants, often armed with improvised weapons, knives and shotguns. Police forces across the country have responded by diverting more armed units to defend freight transports, and the hauliers' unions have proposed that all freight should be moved in convoys rather than single wagons.
The United Nations Counter-Alien Incursion Force confirmed today that they have identified 4 new extra-dimensional life forms that constitute a hazard to terrestrial life. Civilians are warned not to approach any unknown animal or plant life, but to report the sighting to the UN.
In the north of England and Scotland, the fuel crisis has reached critical levels, with many petrol stations reporting that they have had no deliveries in weeks and are out of fuel. Angry incidents at petrol stations have escalated, and in Leeds last night, a riot broke out at a petrol station when its first delivery in 20 days arrived. 6 people were arrested and 9 were injured, including 2 police officers.
Where we left the game last week, Bill's farm that neighbours the party's hideout. Indeed, their hideout, a bunker underground, used to be on Bill's land till he sold that parcel of land to them. His farm had been attacked. Parts of the farm had been set on fire and his tractor destroyed, all of which proved to be a distraction as the rustlers attempted to steal some of his cattle. After a running battle along the back roads and eventually the highways of northern England, the party were able to recover the stolen cattle and make good their escape. But Bill's tractor was destroyed, and just as the harvest is going to need to be brought in at some point as well. It's a serious blow to the farmer, and unfortunately, with these supply chain problems and the bandits on the roads, tractors are extremely hard to come by at the moment. Fortunately, he has been able to source one. Somebody is willing to sell him a brand new tractor, but they are located down south and they won't deliver given the banditry on the roads. Therefore, Bill has pressed the party into service and they are about to launch a convoy south to collect Bill's new tractor. So we rejoin the party as you are preparing for your journey. Is there anything you didn't do last week you would like to do to prep before we go?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
The soil sample we got from the caves. I would like to see if I could get any information on that.
Okay, give me a intelligence question.
Sciences?
Yes, please. Intelligence Earth Sciences test. And you scored a... It would appear that Roll20 have fixed the problem about if you're on dark setting, the dice rolls become invisible. Now they don't. Now I can read them. So that's a pass from Adam with a 14. Okay, what you can learn about the soil samples is there is coal dust in amongst the soil. This is not surprising because the caves were actually old coal mines. Largely the soil isn't anything untoward, except there are some things in it that you can't quite identify immediately. Running some tests as quickly as you can, you're pretty sure that some of the things you're picking up in the soil are alien spoor. And by spore I mean poop. You have whippersnapper poop in small amounts in the soil.
I think we've had worse things on us so far than that.
Have indeed, yeah.
Guano.
It's interesting though, because it's just trace amounts. So you're not quite sure what's going on there with that. You can only imagine that they are picking some of it up on the scuttly little feet, and it's getting sort of churned into the ground. There's also occasional traces of spores of other alien plant life. It matches the spores of the alien plants that infested Bill's field last month. The very plant you were investigating when you spotted the tracks of the whippersnappers. So the soil seems to be slightly infested with stuff from the other verse, suggesting that wherever it's all coming from, it's probably quite nearby this rip to the other verse. It's probably near here somewhere, but none of you have seen it. It's not been reported.
God.
Imagine that. A rip to the other verse. It just happens to be right next to where the player character's base is. Who would have thought it? It's almost as if your games master is a sadistic bastard.
I bet I know where it is. I bet it's going to be around the penis stone, isn't it?
Oh, you and that penis stone. For listeners, there is a stone on one of the maps which Jenni noticed looked vaguely penis-shaped, and she hadn't shut up about it for weeks. Because she's obsessed, that's why. Obsessed. There's something wrong with you.
No, there isn't.
As long as
Well,
it's
you
not an
could
animated rock.
We could
Yes.
say, Bryan, you're the one that designed the rock that looks like a penis.
Exactly.
You know
Because
what
I
would
didn't
be if
notice it
was
looked like a
animated?
penis.
It'd be a bit of a dick move.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Jesus. Right, is there anybody else who would like to make any further preparations before you head off south in this convoy?
Yeah, let's not get cocky.
Oh, the
Okay, I know
joke.
this is a very brutal thing to say in many ways, but that's actually the best joke I've ever heard him come out with. That was quite good. I like that one.
Stuff I'm taking on the road trip, but it just keeps deleting itself every time I go back into it.
I already
Okay.
put down what I'm taking because it's really, really, really important. I take that celebrity biography for you don't want me to spend
Yes.
the whole journey going, I spy with my little eyes at the beginning. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to suggest, Chris, is are you hitting after you've edited it? I knew how to say that. I just didn't know at what point I needed to stop. After you have completed the edit of putting that stuff in there, are you hitting save or are you just closing?
I think what happened is I refreshed the page and didn't save.
Okay. Yeah, you need to make sure you save first. If you continue to have trouble, cut and paste it into the chat, and I'll put it in the road trip equipment for you.
One thing I'll say is, I'm sure we mentioned about taking some like jerry cans of fuel. Like Rob was gonna.
Yes,
Get
Rab
some
got
thought
very
there.
excited at the idea of jerry cans of fuel because he was imagining the size of the Molotov cocktails you could turn those into.
Yeah. So
So I can add those, but I can't add those until I am fairly confident that nobody else is in editing that. Otherwise, one of
Already
us will do it.
added jerry can
You've added jerry cans?
on Rabs.
okay, cool.
Jerry can. Excellent. And I see Adam's stuff has just appeared as well. Okay. Is everybody confident now then?
I think so.
Good.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking my bow, as it were,
Okay.
as well. My actual tools and everything.
Yes, I'm going to assume that anybody's taken the tools of their trade. So let me just.
Portable acetylene welder.
How many
Yeah.
days after the last thing is this?
How many days after? It's the next day.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it depends what you mean by the last thing. It's the next day after he rang round to get a new tractor. That's about just shy of a week after the battle with cattle rustlers.
Okay, can I attempt to roll for a satellite phone then?
To buy one, you mean? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've taken walkie-talkies as well, so there is that.
Yeah. You've definitely got plenty of walkie-talkies
also
and a
fitted-
CD radio built into the.
Yeah. Yeah, we did the radio thing.
You've put one in both
Yeah.
vehicles, as I remember.
Uh-huh.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, no worries.
I mean, if
okay.
you
Sorry,
want to
go
get one, you could get
Well,
one
I think
anyway.
it's going to start becoming a requirement, and they might get more and more expensive if they become
Yeah.
inaccessible. Even if it doesn't come before we leave.
Mm.
It's
They are
just
like-
occurred to me. Nobody's told me that the players were on the wrong. They weren't on the landing page.
Oh, you were doing your
Yeah,
thing.
we're on the token.
You were on the token storage page. So I've just tripped you over to the page with all the instructions of who was where. Now, I have, oddly enough, I've misplaced my notes about who was in which car. And what's weird about that is I put all my notes in this notebook here, and I mustn't have done that last week because it's not here. So I apologise.
You didn't hit save, obviously.
No, I mean
Okay,
in this
then.
physical notebook.
That's what I'm saying. You
didn't hit
wrote
save
it
on
down,
reality,
You didn't
yeah.
hit save on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So what I'm going to say is we will treat assignment 1 as the car, assignment 2 is the truck. If you just want to move your icons over to whichever vehicle you're in.
I think I don't know who was coming with me.
I think Rob was.
I thought he was
Rob
going with
was.
you guys in the car.
Oh, yeah, actually, I think.
Because we
Yeah,
were
that's right, yeah.
talking about him smoking in the back of the car and stuff like that.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And as I remember, Joe had you install somewhere to hide his anti-material rifle in your truck, and then he had you cut a hatch in the roof, like a cupola hatch that he could fire out of, and then decided he was going in the car. However, I have placed him in the truck because since that's what he's literally had you engineering to set up.
Yeah.
Well, that was what I was presuming that he was going to do. Was he was going to be in the truck, in the farmers in the truck with us as well,
The farmer, yes,
because he's going to be carrying the money.
that's right.
If you have this side as the front of the truck and then that's the back, you could probably set yourself up in the...
Okay, I mean, I would have picked the side the driver's icon's already on as the front, but
Okay.
as you will.
All right, we'll
Okay.
just use the left as the front then. Yeah.
Okay, also, I think I gave you the wrong information before, because suddenly remembered it took them a while to do all the adaptations. So I think it was 2 weeks after the fight, because I think there was a week till he could find somewhere that would sell him a tractor, and then I think you took 3 or 4 days prepping your equipment to be
Yeah.
your vehicles, finishing off armor in your vehicles and putting in all the secret compartments for the weapons, because while society is in the process of collapsing, it hasn't actually finished collapsing yet. So there are still laws, and occasionally they can even find enough police officers to enforce them. But things are degenerating very quickly now. Very quickly indeed.
Okay.
Okay, so if everybody's ready, we will proceed down the A1 on the journey to collect the new tractor. Okay.
M4.
We got a bike on the way.
Got your
dog
ears
the
on.
back.
Sorry.
This is little Bo Peep has come to collect the sheep.
Sheep. What was that you were saying, Chris?
Dog possibly on the way back.
Oh, yeah. You said you wanted to.
Buy a dog, eh?
Mhm.
That's right. You were going to buy a dog. Yeah. Assume you can. We'll assume you haven't bought the dog yet, but you can probably buy one on the way back or when you get there, perhaps.
If we're not dead.
If you're not dead, aye. So that means I'm not going to have to bother looking up the dog icon.
No.
So the journey down the A1M has been peaceful enough so far. The roads are not as busy as they used to be before the event. Many people seem to avoid travelling much these days. Between the dangers on the roads, the bandits, the monsters, and of course the lack of fuel, most people seem to be travelling only short distances. You have remained ever vigilant, however, for the road bandits that you've heard tell of on the news and in rumours. But so far, so good. The relative tranquility of the journey is suddenly shattered. Of course it is. Up ahead, a car pulls out onto the motorway at far too high a speed. The driver, perhaps lulled into complacency by the minimal traffic on the road, clearly not paying enough attention. The car in front of you slams on its brakes, but too late. The interloper hits it at a high speed in the rear left-hand side and sends it spinning across 2 lanes of traffic. Both cars come to a halt, bumpers and tail lights strewn across the road in your path as you are forced to... So, who's in the first car and what are you forced to do? Are you going to brake? Are you going to try and manoeuvre through the wreckage, or do you have another idea?
Okay, so what speed are we actually travelling at?
That's a good question. What speed were you travelling at? You're the driver, so you can decide. I'm not going to enforce. I know what speed the idiot who's just caused the accident was travelling at.
I'd say maybe
50.
God.
You are on a motorway.
I was gonna say probably 70 to be fair.
And
No.
60.
Or
No.
60.
Yes.
Mhm.
You got to
Because
remember we've got a big truck
you've
here.
got an articulated lorry and they have a lower speed limit.
That's true. I suppose we wouldn't want to. Would need to stay
And
relatively close to.
Keeping the speed in a particular bracket when driving, i.e., so you're actually in your 5th gear, you're cruising, you're not straining the engine, you're burning less fuel.
All right, we'll say
Good.
60 then.
Okay. Okay, in that case, give me a... well, you haven't told me what you're doing yet. Are you trying to manoeuvre through the wreckage and past the accident, or are you just slamming the brakes on?
Is there enough room to try and keep going but manoeuvre around it?
Okay, let me have a quick look. So, there is, yes, it will be a slightly tricky job, but you think you can pull this off?
I'll give it a go.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to need a dexterity driving test for you to swerve around the obstacles.
Not bad.
What did you get?
16.
16. Okay. So, as the 2 cars collide and there's bits of shattered bumper and all sorts getting strewn across the road, you swerve in between the 2 and off. You think you've run over part of the bumper and crushed it still further, or one of the bumpers. But it doesn't appear to have done you any damage, and you don't appear to have hit any body or anything. So the car's made it through. Who's driving the lorry, as if I didn't know?
Well, that'd be me, probably.
It would. So what are you going to choose to do?
Well, given I'm in a heavy-set vehicle, I may as well just roll on through. As it were. Not through the crash vehicles. I'm going to try and manoeuvre
around the outside, because you had a bit more time. You were behind the lead car in the convoy.
And also higher up.
And higher up. Which means you won't get the penalty for trying to manoeuvre through a small gap. So if you could give me a dexterity driving test as well, please.
20.
Oh, bloody hell. Yep. So you're able to swerve out into the outside lane and get past this this accident without any further ado.
Are you taking into account the handling penalty for the truck?
No, I wasn't.
That would still be 17.
Still be a pass. Your target number was 13. 13.
I am planning on stopping the car,
On the motorway,
like
right? You are.
pulling, moving over to the side.
The hard shoulder, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because she does deal with emergencies and things normally. So she'll start doing that.
Mhm.
But I'll get on the radio and I'll ask Thomas if he thinks we should stop and help.
Right. On the way past,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Assessment of the two vehicles. How badly are they dead? I mean, is it a total smash? These totally written off? Is it
Okay, let's have a look.
You'd have
given?
had more chance to see than I would have done.
And
Both.
also,
Sorry, go
I
on.
was going to say, given the factor of what I do for a living,
Mhm, mhm.
having seen multiple crashed cars,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, what kind of state are they in?
Okay, both cars are going to be written off. The insurance is not going to cover this, even if they're still insured after the apocalypse. But they look written off to you. The car that caused the accident, it hit head on, so it's the people inside are the ones who will have suffered the least damage. The crumple zone has dropped the engine straight through the floor out of their way. Their bags have deployed. You think from what you can see as you zip past, they look to you like they're injured, but probably going to be okay. Very much in shock though. The people whose car was hit in the side, let me just check. Okay, luckily for them, they were hit at the rear side, so they hit the boot of the car rather than the bits with people in.
It's sort of back wheel and back over.
That's right. It's buckled the wheel completely. The wheel's never going to turn again. The back wheel and the back end of the car's crumpled inwards quite badly. The bags have deployed. The two people in the car, you imagine they're probably going to survive, but they're going to be in shock and they're going to be injured, but they'll probably make it.
Right. Do we know how good, bad, etc. the emergency response services are at this point in time?
Deteriorating, but the police are the ones that are deteriorating the fastest because they're suffering a higher rate of attrition because they're having to go out to,
Deal with
armed bandits. They're having to deal with monsters. They're having to deal with all kinds of hazards. The fire brigade, who were the one, and the ambulance service, who are the ones who will be responding to this, they haven't suffered the same level of depletion, so their responses are not as good as they were before the apocalypse, but still not bad.
how close are we to? You just said we were at an on ramp, basically.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Is this from a town, a village, or is it just a crossover road?
Just a crossover road.
Right. And how far in either direction are we? From all of this, I take it we're slowing down and pulling over onto the hard shoulder at this point.
That's what I was doing, just to see what.
Because there's too much discussion going on about decisions at this point, and I would hate to think that all of these things are going through my mind. Is where's the nearest town? How soon would emergency services get here?
I mean,
etc.?
you would have seen Aaron's car pulling over another hard shoulder,
Well,
and then I would radio you.
I'd probably manoeuvre in behind it, sort of thing.
Okay. So you've both pulled over into the hard shoulder and you're discussing what to do. Not surprisingly, Rab's a bit agitated because he's hearing words like emergency services and police.
But I take it somebody would be on the phone immediately saying there's been an accident at junction whatever. To someone would have dialed it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's if it worked.
Erin will probably call the emergency services, and I will try and reassure Rab that, the police probably won't turn up for at least a while if they do turn up at all. So, and we'll be gone by then, maybe, if it's not that bad.
You could always hide in the boot.
Yeah, there is that little compartment in that you made in the car as well as the truck, didn't you? So
Yeah.
stick him in there.
He did. It was designed for hiding firearms in rather than.
But he's a scrawny little Scot, isn't he?
I was gonna say you could squash him in there with them; he'd be fine.
Well,
Okay, I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, breathing's, a thing.
Optional.
A thing you might
Breathing's
like to do. Breathing's optional. Okay.
Jenny plays her husband for once, and then she wants to suffocate him instead.
Give him a straw to breathe through and like crack it open just slightly. You'd be alright.
Okay. So you make the call into the emergency services. You report where you are and where the accident's going to be, and they dispatch responses as immediately as they can.
I think we just carry on then, maybe if it's not that bad. If
So you don't want to see if the people are okay.
Well, that's why I was asking you, because you would have gotten a better look at it than I did. I had to react really quickly. You were behind and going a bit slower. So.
This is where it's the bad thing. Can we afford to stop? What's the consensus of everybody else?
Depends if you want to lie to Owen
What do you mean?
on what the conditions like.
No, so the people are not dead.
Well, then I think we're fine.
They might die.
Is one of them like able to like, I don't know, maneuver, like walk or anything?
Don't know.
You wouldn't know, would you?
They were both crashed and knocked up.
Yeah. Currently, they're in the cars with the airbags deployed and their seatbelts still on. They're either unconscious or in shock. So.
We're gonna have to stop.
You
We're gonna have to wait. I think.
Because I'll be on the radio going, well, how bad does it look? Do you think?
Both vehicles are immobilised at this point, and the people in them have got airbags deployed and are still sat there. They're not moving, in effect.
Fuck balls, right? Okay.
And given who you are and what you know,
right.
From that side of it, you're basically going to be wanting to help these people.
Yeah,
I would have
probably would if.
We're all still human. We haven't degenerated. Well, I don't know about that. Joe Watson's character is probably not too happy, but he can.
Joe
he can
Watson's
sit on
like, could I not just shoot him, put him out of the
Probably he would as well.
Right. What he can do is he can sit with his head out the hatch and a pair of binoculars and keep an eye out.
Yeah, just in case one of the cars is some kind of the bandits or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, watching for stuff is supposed to be what he did for his band of bank robbers before. That.
Right.
Marie, you were going to say something.
Oh, sorry, Marie. Go on.
I'll Lizzie will offer to come and help pull people clear of the cars and things.
Ah, right. Okay. Right. I'll radio over that. Me and Lizzie are gonna go and help. I'll take a med kit because I did bring
Before
one.
you do that, I kind of want to check for like anything alien, if I can see that just like from a glance, maybe because pathogens and stuff like that.
Give me
Oh, you were meaning the people in the car that came shooting onto the road?
Yeah, off them. Yeah.
All right. Okay, you're going to have to go with them in order to check that. Then you're not going to be able to check that from here.
I'm going to say that at least wear some sort of like mask protection, just like a regular.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you.
I'll be taking my weapons with me as well, but I'll leave Rab in the car. He can keep an eye on things
PPE.
there.
Okay.
If the police arrive, he can hide
Okay.
Or he could drive off.
in the compartment. Yeah.
Okay. So you are
Leave
still
your key.
crossing a motorway. It's not a very busy motorway, as I mentioned earlier, but it is still a motorway. It's still a dangerous thing to do. Also, stopped cars are not a safe place to be on a motorway for obvious reasons. You guys, where you've stopped on the hard shoulder, that's fine. We are going to be crossing towards vehicles that are immobile and in the way.
Yeah.
So there is a risk.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Hopscotch on the motorway.
So
Because you were saying this was like an on-ramp and there's obviously a crossover road. Is there a set of signs on the
Nearby,
lanes
yes.
over the
Yeah,
lanes.
yeah, there is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
would the emergency people not flash up back down the motorway that's the problem? Up ahead, there's been an accident.
They will do that, yes, that will be
Take a
happening.
bit of time.
It'll take a little bit of time, so it depends. Do you want to wait for that to happen, or do you want to try and dash across?
Well, we couldn't see it because we've gone past it.
Yeah, so I'm assuming once you're on the hard shoulder, you could get out and walk back and have a look, but it is up to you.
I think we can make a dash across for it. We'll just have to be on the lookout for,
Us travelling down.
other vehicles.
Have we
Yeah.
got anything like I don't know, a triangle to deploy?
I would imagine because you have a Geet big truck, you probably have, yes.
Yeah, so it might be worthwhile jumping out and deploying the warning
The hazard
sign.
triangle, yeah, okay.
Hazard
Okay.
triangle, just a bit further down the road, but it's going to be a distance away, though.
Yes, so you go running down the hard shoulder with the hazard triangle, ready to set it up on the hard shoulder to warn any oncoming traffic. You see, there is some oncoming traffic, but instead of being as busy as a motorway would normally be, it's much, much quieter. There's still enough traffic that your heart's pounding a bit. You're a little worried about people running across the road nonetheless, but you're going to set the thing up. You've got Joe with his binoculars checking for any hostiles. You've got your radio, he's got his. You're making sure as best you can. While he's watching up the road to protect you, you've got Rab who's peering out the window around looking for anything coming in the opposite direction. All you can see of Rab is his baseball cap at his eyes, because he's just peering out so that if the police turn up, he can just disappear underneath.
That's exactly what I pictured.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I get an aerial view with my drone?
You can send your drone up and see. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Okay, so you launch your drone. You can see there are vehicles coming. There is a small risk to the people who are going to do this. The main risk is going to be once they're actually at the crash site, but there is a small risk involved in just getting there. There's no way around that. But you can give them a go when the gap looks as big as possible and the oncoming traffic looks to be not coming on too quickly.
Okay.
So you're pretty confident there is a safe spot and you give them the go ahead. Who's dashing across the road?
I am, and I think Lizzie is.
Okay. Are you doing a quick eyeball test yourselves, or are you just trusting the eye in the sky?
I will be checking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be checking as well.
In that case, you can give me perception seeing tests.
Okay. 13.
Okay.
Always use the green cross code.
And your bonus because of the eye in the sky.
Yes, I'll give them a +2 bonus because of the eye in the sky. Information again from you, so that's
Oh Christ,
15.
mine was a
and
bit rubbish.
Yeah. Well, you reckon you see a safe spot, so you take off across the road. There is a car coming, but you think the gap is big enough, and you think he's got to have seen that hazard warning that Thomas is on deploying. So when you're halfway across the road, you realise doesn't look like he did because he ain't slowing down any. But you still think you can get across the road. Let's find out if we're right. Let's have a dexterity trying not to get run over test. I would imagine that would be running, or athletics. You can use either one.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics, yes, go on, I'll allow that. Especially as you're a parkour specialist. Okay. Lizzie, you take off across the road at the highest speed possible and vault over the top of the bonnet of one of the cars, sliding across it Dukes of Hazzard style, down into the sort of cradle caused by the two crashed cars. So you think surely any oncoming vehicle is going to see these things. So you're in a relatively safe-ish spot. That would just leave Aaron then.
Does it get anything for getting a reasonable roll on my perception?
You do, you get +1, yeah.
Yeah.
13, eh? Oh dear.
Mhm.
Okay, so as you're dashing across the road, this car is hurtling down towards you faster than you're entirely comfortable with. As it gets closer and closer and closer, you think, fuck, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. You hear him hammering the horn, and then he realizes there's an accident and he's been a bit of a knob, so he stops. You get across the road, but he comes so close you can actually feel the backdraft from the vehicle disturbing your hair.
I am going
that
to
close.
shout obscenities at that stupid fuck.
So you guys are are at the crash now. So you've got 2 people in the target vehicle and 1 person in the vehicle that caused the accident.
Okay, well, I'm going to look at the car of the people who were hurt by the other one. I can't find words properly.
I see that.
You know what I mean? Not the not the one who caused the accident. The other one, the other car.
Victim?
Yeah, the victims. That's it. Jesus.
No, I'm just the
I really
games
hope
master.
Jesus wasn't a victim.
That was like me the other day. I lost my thesaurus,
Yes.
and I was lost for words on how to describe the situation.
Oh dear.
Fuck's sake.
Quite. Okay, so yeah, the victim. There's 2. What was the question? Sorry.
You were you said, I thought you were asking who we were going to go and pull out and treat first.
Right. So you're going to pull out the victims first. Okay.
Yeah.
Spot of triage, perhaps. So, if you give me intelligence medicine test, please, a medical test.
Okay. I'm just gonna check. Got anything that might work for this?
And while she's
Yeah.
doing that car that stopped and she swore expletives at, would he be kind of a blockade now?
He didn't stop.
Oh, did he not? Oh.
No, fine. Did I say he stopped?
No. 19.
Okay, 19. So, quick triage. You open the thing. You notice 2 things. There's 2 people in there in the front. There's nobody in the back. The people in the front both have their seat belts on. The airbags have deployed. You notice that the front passenger is stunned, but looks physically okay to
Right.
you as far as you can tell. They've got a bit of a stiff neck, so they're starting to rub the neck. The driver, on the other hand, has a gash across their forehead where they hit the steering wheel just before the airbag had deployed properly, which is suggests there was something wrong with the airbag in the first place. It should have deployed fast enough to stop that, but it hasn't done.
Right.
And then he's been slammed backwards by the airbag deploying. So he's going to have a risk of whiplash when he comes around, but currently he's unconscious.
Right.
the
Okay.
Passenger seat passenger is conscious
Right.
but stunned.
Right. I'll tell the passenger. I'll ask the passenger if he's okay
She.
to start getting out of the car. And not in the middle of the road. That would be good. Or if he could even help me move the driver if he's okay. But I'll start trying to.
Okay.
I don't know what Lizzie's doing, if she can help, or if she's looking at the other car or not.
So I'll come and help with this one. You're
Right.
the expert here, so I'm going with what she's doing by way of triage.
Okay. Well, the passenger seat passenger is able to get out with some help. You manage to get them out, deflate the airbag so you can get at the driver from both directions. They've got. This is the passenger has neck injuries of some kind, probably from being bounced around so savagely. They've some bruising, but other than that, they're actually not that badly hurt at all. More stunned.
Right. Okay. Well, we've got to get them and take the unconscious one as well, wherever we safest for now. We don't exactly have. We'll have to actually carry him, won't we? So.
Any visible injuries on him? No breaks or
Just
nothing.
a
So,
cut on his
Just the
head.
forehead.
mm,
Obviously, they're
okay.
unconscious. So.
Well, what I'll
Okay.
do then. What I'll do then is I'll help the passenger
Mm-hmm.
over to the hard shoulder where it's safe.
Okay.
And then come back and help carry the other one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to try and get across the road to the hard shoulder where
Mhm.
it is, in inverted brackets, safe.
Safer.
Safer.
Well, at least
yeah.
over to where our car and van are, so it can provide them
That,
with
that
some-
should be reasonably safe. I mean, the hard shoulder's not perfect, but it should be reasonably safe. It's
Mm.
just a matter of getting there. So if you can give me another perception test to spot a likely safe gap in the oncoming traffic. Most of the cars are slowing down now because they're seeing that hazard warning that has been deployed. Can you tell me what you got, please? I'm on a different page at the moment myself.
I got 11
11? Right, oh dear. Okay.
With 3 stump points.
stunt points. Yeah.
Okay.
Get that plus
so-
2 as well.
Yeah, you've got +2, so that's 13, so that's a pass. You managed to get safely across the road to the hard shoulder with the casualty and hand them off to the other person, and then you're going to try and make it back, I hear you cry. Could you give me a dexterity acrobatics test, please?
Right. So you don't want my perception this time. That's fine.
It's couple.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, so there is a car in the way, but there's now like a solid stream of traffic. You know how whenever you try and cross what was previously a more or less deserted road, as soon as you try and cross,
Yeah.
the cars come from fucking everywhere. Right? That's what's happening, and because they're all slowing down now, they're getting right in the way. So what you wind up doing is running straight towards a relatively slow-moving car and vaulting across its bonnet in a move that only a parkour practitioner would be daft enough to try, and then roll across to where the car is, while the driver's like, "What the fuck?"
To swerve 10 times before I hit her. She just appeared out of nowhere.
Yes.
Just starts doing cartwheels in 6 cars in a
Yes.
row.
across the
Unfortunately,
bonnet.
because we now have a lot of cars slowing down, that's going to cause a hazard of its own. So I'm going to roll 2 civilian driver tests and see if anybody causes an accident. The target is relatively low because people are slowing down. They have been warned. There is a thing, and it should be paying attention. Of course, there's always some knacker was travelling too quickly in the first place. And by the time he gets the warning, he's halfway up the rear end of the person who saw it in plenty of time and slowed down. So I am going to say this is an average test, so they need a target number of 11 to pass, and there's going to be 2 will make the test. So let's see if first. So as this group of cars are slowing down, there's somebody coming up the back that may or may not slam into somebody. Nope,
Oh.
he's fine. Hammers the brakes, slows down nicely, little bit quickly, a little bit sort of jarring, but he manages to slow down and doesn't collide into the person in front of him. Guy behind him hits him. No, he doesn't. The guy behind him was driving with more space and easily comes to slow down enough that no further issues happen at the moment. But what I'll say is every 5 minutes from now on we will make another test, and the test will continue to be average, so a target number of 11. So that's every 5 minutes game time. So what's everybody doing now?
Okay. Right, well, we'll have to pick the patient up and take them over to the hard shoulder to get some treatment, or lay them in the back of one of the cars, maybe, but
Okay.
I don't know.
So you pick the patient up, ready to try and get them out of the area. Give me a perception test to see if you can spot a relatively safe point to go.
Can we both do that?
You can, yeah.
12?
12?
Plus 2.
Oh,
shit.
dear. Right.
Fucking hell!
Oh my god.
So Lizzie has catastrophically miscalculated. She just hasn't seen this car that's coming down, and she leads you off far too soon. You're heading across the road, and this car is going to have to try and swerve to avoid hitting you. This has become a much more difficult thing for them now. So it's 13, otherwise they're going to hit you.
Great.
Oh dear.
Oh shit. No!
Okay, so it looks very much like you've been run over at this point. However, you can give me a dexterity acrobatics test to get out of the way. However, what are you doing about the unconscious person?
Break it up there for me.
What are you doing about the unconscious person?
I'm going to try and keep a hold of him.
Yeah, trying to. But I mean, don't want to like just let them go and get hit.
Yeah.
Gotta try and like save the situation.
Okay, so
Okay.
that will give you a penalty to get the hell out of the way of the car. But this is going to make it challenging, so you're going to need 13s or better to get out of the way of the car.
Fine.
Shit.
Right,
I rolled 17 with 4 stunt points.
Okay.
Please say donate some to me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. This is attempting to avoid a hazard, so I doubt it. But let's have a look. Stunts.
Cost me, you get fucking run over.
If it was going to happen to anyone, it was going to be you, wasn't it?
Yep.
Meet Aaron Black.
Exploration stunts, general combat stunts, ground stunts, infiltration, so investigation. Can't really see a set of stunts that's going to be applicable for this, so we will. Okay, how many stunt points do you get?
4.
4 stunt points. Okay, so let's see what we've got in general combat stunts that we could maybe modify a little bit. So
Wait. Could I use a conviction point?
to avoid
this-
being hit or to re-roll,
Yeah.
you mean? Yes. Yeah.
What about a stitch in time on exploration stunts?
Let me just take a
Technically moving.
look at that. So, come on. Right.
So I have to
Exploration
re-roll,
stunts, you see.
essentially,
Well,
to...
Yeah, let me just have a look at this first. So,
Okay.
stitch in time. You put in the effort to do it right the first time, setting yourself up for more success. No, definitely not.
No.
So, yes, I would say you're going to need to spend a conviction point to reroll.
Okay. Hopefully, it's better this time by a lot. Oh, 13.
And I said it was
Just-
challenging, didn't I? So that's just a pass, yes.
That's just... Whew.
So you managed to get more or less out the way. The car's, what do you call it? Wing mirror clips you. I'm going to say that's D6 minus 1 damage.
Gonna be more
One.
swearing.
1 point of damage, and your
Okay.
toughness can be applied.
Okay. Well, in that case, it didn't do anything. It would have caught on my jacket.
Right, you are. So the wing mirror's caught on the jacket and just been torn off. Another string of swearing from Aaron as this car comes hurtling
for
past.
fuck's sake, people blind. Absolute wankers. She gets total road rage.
But you do manage to get the 2
Fuck's sake,
casualties.
Can you not see we're carrying a fucking injured man here? Can you not fucking just like slow down? Yes, where the fuck are you going to? There's probably fucking aliens at the end of this road that'll eat you. Calm your pash, man. Fuck's sake.
We're just
I'm
swearing our
sorry,
heads
if
off.
we're going to go road rage, you need a glass of gin, don't you?
Yeah,
Fine, at this
definitely.
point, I'm going to shout at them and I'm going to inspire them to calm.
Yeah.
Brian, I need a roll to resist that.
That
To
would
make
be a
it
willpower
instead of
test.
calming, It enrages.
Yes. Chris stood at the side of the road shouting, "Calm down!" And I'm like, "Fuck you!"
It goes off your willpower. So if you fail a willpower, then he'll still be angry.
It's an opposed test, so it is your communication,
Yeah.
persuasion versus Lizzie's willpower, rage. Um,
Can I roll for the willpower as well?
you can, yeah.
Damn it. You're really not happy. Fine, whatever.
6 points.
Yeah, we're both more pissed off now.
Yeah. So you make the classic mistake of going, calm down, and they both go absolutely ballistic.
We're like, shut the fuck up, you and start screaming at him.
We should come.
You try doing this, you asshole.
Saveall, we could fucking stand there and tell him to stop, but doesn't. No, he's on the side of the road going, "Calm down. Fuck's sake, what's wrong with you?"
We just, both of us start like
fucking
fussing
like
at the mouth.
Let's come and geese on with this. This bastard's heavy, by the way. Fucking hell. I'm not an ambulance man, right? I could have been still sat in the car reading my Denise Van Outen biography.
Chinese fun out. I mean, fair enough.
It's inspiring, so it is.
I mean,
would have had somebody to do this for us, you wouldn't have had to carry a fucking corpse. Sorry, no offence, mate. On a busy fucking road while all these assholes try to run you over. What the fuck? It's no grand theft auto. We're in a fucking road somewhere in the Midlands. I don't know where the fuck we are.
Well, I'm originally from Sheffield, so...
Adam's just sort of like, like starting to sort of slink down into himself.
Yeah. Sneaking out and hiding away. Behind me laptop.
I don't even understand what's wrong with these people, because everything I knew before everyone went to hell in a fucking handbasket, the further south you got, the worse the beer was. Like, come on, let's get this guy across before one of these other flats tries to hit us.
Yeah.
And I don't know, do none of you read the bastard highway code?
Okay,
Yeah.
so eventually the stream of abuse comes to a middle, and
It's more like muttering abuse.
yes, exactly, and you eventually get both casualties off the road. So if you would like to give us a medical test to see if you can help them both.
Okay.
So starting with the most badly injured. Okay, so you get them comfortable. You think that the worst thing that's going to happen, you've cleaned up the cut a bit. The worst that's going to happen is a mild whiplash and a concussion, you think, which you'll tell the ambulance crews when you arrive. You notice that the cars coming down now are all coming down much more calmly, much more smoothly, between the warning sign that Thomas put out and the fact that the overhead ones have now all changed. You can also see blue lights in the distance, which is making Rab extremely nervous.
Yeah.
Now, could you give me a roll for the other person, the one that's less badly injured, please?
Okay. We will go back for the other person who caused the accident in the first place, but they can wait. Right.
Well, there's blue lights on the way, so it's up to you whether you want to go get them or not.
15. Another one, 15.
Okay. So the second person's in shock. You think keep them warm, give them sweet tea. That typical British cue roll. Here, have a cup of tea. That'll do. Would be enough. You don't actually have a cup of tea handy, but you'd rather go for the.
I said we had snacks and drinks. I'll have a flask full of tea.
Okay, fair enough. You've got a flask full of tea. So you did make a very specific request on the road trip equipment for snacks, as I remember.
And drinks.
And drinks, yeah.
I'll say to the others, do you think we should, obviously the emergency services are almost here. Should we leave, seeing as Rab's getting agitated, or...
I've got a suggestion for that, right? Why doesn't Thomas go to the next exit and we'll catch him up once the police have been here?
Okay.
Rab would have to switch to the.
Yeah, Rab's currently in the car.
Yeah. But Rab can jump in the van and they can go to the next exit and wait for us.
Is he willing to get out the car at this point?
Oh,
But
aye.
there's no any
He'll have
sign.
time. Yeah. He'll have time to jump out. Well.
Okay, I'll swap him into the wagon. Chris, are you staying with Erin and Lucy?
I would like to find out why the car crashed.
Because you wasn't paying attention, as far as you can tell.
Okay. No worries, I'll continue on then.
You're going to continue, okay. Right, you are. So the next exit is to a motorway services anyway, which is kind of handy because the car could do with refueling.
Right.
At this point, the lorry itself could stand it. I mean, it's still got some extra fuel in the thing, and he did bring some spare, but it wouldn't go amiss to refuel now if you can. So the car pulls off, taking Rab away to safety. He's much relieved. As the emergency services arrive, the police close this section of the motorway down temporarily while they get it all under control. The fire brigade take over for take over getting the last person out, and the paramedics deal with the two casualties you've already evacuated. The police take a quick note of your statement. So, are you being accurate, or are you being inaccurate, or? And when they ask for your address so they can contact you later, what are you saying?
Right. Well, I'm going to say exactly what happened. I mean, we weren't doing anything wrong. And I will give the what would have been my dad's address.
Right.
Okay. Although he's not really living there anymore. So.
Okay. And Marie, what about Lizzie?
I'll tell them what we saw, and I'll probably give the police a big long rant about how folk don't follow the bloody highway code on the bloody highway. And then I'll give the address of the student accommodation that me and my sister had shared.
Okay. Yeah. And Chris, what about Adam?
Did I not go ahead?
You did.
Yeah, I think he went ahead.
Right,
yes,
he should
did.
be
so
in
I've moved
the
you
truck.
I've moved you out of the truck when I shouldn't have done. Yeah, that's okay. So should do. Okay, so the others, you're already at the motorway services. So I'm just.
I'm getting a baconator from Wendy's.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just going to drag you over This is the large map of the motorways. Yeah, it does. This is the large map of the motorway services. It'll take a little while to resolve. This is the entire site, just to give you an idea. Right? But don't worry, I've got it broken down into smaller parts as well. So over here is the truck park.
Okay.
Which is where you'll have to park the truck, obviously. This is the fuel pumps for the trucks. These are the fuel pumps for cars. And you can see where all the car parking space is. There's loads of that. But the truck parking space is a bit further out. So you have to park the truck over there, the cars pretty much anywhere. You've got the main building here, which includes things like the toilets, the main restaurant, the little shop that they always invariably have, and whatnot. And I'm just going to move you into the main building. So the main building map, and I'll place you all. What I'm going to do is the first people to get here, I'm going to put inside, and the others I'm going to put just on the outside.
I just saw yellow ping on black. Yes!
And
so you know Lizzie's running straight for that shop, right?
well, I'm just going to make sure everybody can see, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to leave you alone for a few minutes while I go to the little Games Master's room. Once you can all see, but
Oh, I can see.
you will
I haven't
notice
seen
that
it.
you can talk to everybody on this page. So
That's
don't
cool.
don't go ballistic and do it all now. Wait till I've actually nipped off to the lavatory, and that'll give you something to do. So so I need to change that person's vision on.
I can see
and
every woman
this person's
and every
vision.
man.
Ooh, there's arcade games.
Everyone in between.
There are arcade games, yes. There's always arcade games at these motorway services.
Have a game of Space Invaders or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Isn't this whole thing one great big game of Gate Space fucking Invaders?
Yeah.
Yes. Can everybody see okay now?
Yes.
Right, excellent. I'm going to nip to the lavatory. You can talk to everybody on here. If you remember how to do that, you need to have your cursor on your character, and the option to talk to will come up on the bar at the top, and then you just click whoever you wish to talk to. You can find out different things from different people depending on who you talk to. Feel free to move around this map, talk to anybody you want to, do as you will here for now. I'm just going to nip to the bathroom. I shan't be long.
Well, that's Lizzie. She's in her element looking at all the celebrity magazines and saying to nobody in particular. Cheryl Cole's Aliens near miss. I bet you weren't there on the bloody metro when they attacked then, were you? Eh? It's handy with your horns when it's a toilet attendant, eh, Cheryl? But not so much when it's an alien. Lizzie's been addicted to looking at fan magazines since that whole thing in the television studio, and we're all wound up in a bunch of them. She's looking to see.
Well, when Erin gets here, she is going to play on the Spaceship Shooter video game.
It's nice to see we're total adults. Lizzie's in there looking at all the magazines and comics, and you're playing on the Space Invaders.
And I'm looking at food.
Have you seen who this person is?
Ah.
Seen who that person is?
Hang on, I need to zoom in.
Alan
Bouncer. Oh no. Oh god.
Alan Lockhart.
Yeah, and the bouncer. Now, is that one that we've encountered before? Is it the same guy, or is it just like a generic bouncer?
Well, there's table not found for that. Well, I'm going to go and beat your high score, whatever it is.
You're gonna try and beat my high score? I don't think so, like.
Are you sure they're like gaming machines? They're not like immersive seats, you know, where you can put yourself in.
Spaceship Shooter video game. It's one of the ones you sit in, though. Yeah.
Let's go. You have a driving skill though, and I don't. So roll.
You want me to roll?
Roll a
Like
driving.
Dex driving. Oh, piloting. I'll roll piloting, right?
I got a 17.
Oh, balls.
Yay!
As if.
Well, I still would trust you in a real one over me.
Just everybody make sure you watch Rab, because you put money in them machines, and I just don't trust them not to rob them.
Oh, that's a spaceship shoot. Oh, this is the racing one. Okay.
Yeah.
And then this one is the.
Sean is
two-player-
both of us.
This is the boxing one, apparently.
I'm staying in the spaceship one.
Okay,
Rab
I'm
will just
back.
go
What's
in.
everybody up to?
Some of the smaller towns are fortifying themselves.
Ew.
Yeah.
Now it's saying table found with that name. I'm just gonna try another one. Ah, some of them don't work, some of them do.
Okay, well they all should, but if one doesn't, you can ping him and I'll go in and see why.
These two here don't seem to work. It says no table found with that name.
That's Joe and Bill.
Yes, that's why.
These two.
Oh, yes.
Oh shit! I've zoomed out so far. I haven't even.
That's
noticed.
exactly the
Why are they
problem I was
talking to me?
Oh, you've
not
got
talking to me
hello,
anymore.
what's occurring? And they're like, the fuck is up with you? I've been in the fucking car, mate. You think we've only been separated by a car for a couple of hours? Shut up.
You've been sniffing the fumes from Rab, have you?
I zoomed out way too far. I didn't even notice.
It's all right. I was. Oh,
Rab
for
has
shit.
had so much weed going in that fucking car. We're all high.
I am gonna have to use the bill off there because his character sheet doesn't seem to have a token set up for it, so I'm gonna copy him over. But yeah, if you start talking to people and pottering about, moving around, exploring the map as you wish.
New Zealand has been overrun by alien insects that eat human flesh. They are no bigger than beetles, but they attack in swarms of millions. We're not going to New Zealand anytime soon.
I've got some of them on my Remnant game.
Yeah.
Like, screw that. Fucking hell.
Is it like
Right.
those things from the Mummy?
Ah, yeah, it would be.
Killer scarabs.
My cousin's friends said they have found a tear to the other verse in Ireland. Huh.
Yeah, apparently your nan smells of biscuits.
No, you've talked to the teenagers. Haven't you? I've told not all of the
Brian,
characters
can
are
you
set up with the same tables.
Can you ping me because I can't see myself?
Can you see?
Alright, just dumped in the car park. Aye, nice. Lovely.
I'm not outside. There's 2 Joe Watsons though.
This
What's
Mo-
the
mo-
other
mo-
nightmare, eh?
You've took
Is it car park rather than parkour?
It is, yes.
Monsters attacking in swarms. Lovely.
Apparently, you hear the Cornish are looking for something now.
See on the news. What? Did you see on the news that big beast that attacked Orlando? They're calling it a dragon.
Poor Legolas.
Well, 2 separate people. It looks like Wales is going to secede from the Union.
All right.
Go Wales, Scotland next.
Aye.
So I'm going to reply in the way, go Wales, Scotland next.
Road gangs getting more violent. They shot at a police escort car just this
Do I
week.
not whisper play your character?
What?
There's 2 Joes, but there's no me.
See, the world supply of oil is going to dry up soon. Huh. Okay. Everybody's full of cheery news then.
Oh yeah. Honestly, it depends who you speak to. There are multiple different response tables set up. Okay, Chris, so you need me to find you, and we seem to have 2 Joes.
Absolute fucking.
Oh, hello.
Back Joe.
Evening.
It's Sweary McSwearface.
Yeah.
There you go, Chris. You should be appearing any second now. Apparently in a cloud of green. No idea why, but you seem to be over hit pointed.
In blue.
Yeah, because you've got too many hit points. That's why.
Okay.
If you turn
What's up,
blue,
y'all?
it means the hit points in your current hit points is higher than your maximum. So you've got too many hit points. Take them down, and then it'll turn you green again.
Apparently, somebody said that there are walled camps being set up in the countryside with armed guards to keep the monsters out.
That's it, Chris. Sorted.
That's pretty, I wonder if like, settlements are starting to be made, like, you know,
Chris.
post-apocalyptic.
You increased your hit points instead of taking them down to where they should be.
No, there was. I actually decreased my max instead of putting it right. It was meant to be 31.
Yes, it was meant to be 31. That's right.
Alright, okay.
Can everyone hear me okay?
We can, yes.
Yep.
Finally free from the clutches of idiots.
No, you're not. You've just joined this game.
The
You've
main
forgotten who
story
your
driver,
games master
he
is.
says that they were rigging the time channel. Yeah.
What's
channel.
hap-
Yeah, with explosives last week. I'm guessing that's the channel.
Oh, that's
It should read channel tunnel, yeah.
What's
Tell me there's
been
another fucking
happening?
Problem I need to sort out.
Oh, we
Okay.
went to buy a tractor.
You did go to buy a tractor. You are currently in a motorway
Supermarket?
service station.
Fucking hell, it's big.
Yeah, it is. This is only a section of it. I'm just briefly going to port you all over to the entire site map so you can see just how big the site is.
Jesus Christ, this is the whole metro centre, man.
Now I'm going to take you back to the main building. We do have
That's a
other
KFC
maps
Ben.
for certain areas if you go to certain areas.
So there hasn't been any high octane car chases yet.
Well,
Just
you have
crash.
missed the car crash.
Yep.
Man.
And us almost getting run over.
Oh yes,
hope I
and
caught it.
Jenny's character almost getting run over.
Mm-hmm.
And
Excuse
Lizzie,
me,
and
Miss-
also
Miss
Lizzie roundly cursing somebody out for trying to run her over.
Yeah, and Lizzie vaulting over a speeding car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, that would have been fun. Shame. Oh well.
Never mind,
why
I'm
are we
sure you
getting
thoroughly
really-
enjoyed fixing all the problems that your teammates have created for you, didn't you?
I just convinced them to just like drop everything and submit what we have. To be honest, one of them. I think we're all going to fail, to be honest, but it's fine.
Well, if you would only fail because they're not doing what they're supposed to do, then you need to make it clear that it's.
Yeah,
you can
I'm gonna
you can
email them
appeal that.
later.
You can
I won't
appeal
get a
that and
response
say these are
until
the bits
Monday
I was
anyway, so-
responsible for. Mark me on those, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not fair to drag you down because they're being dickheads.
I looked at it, and a quarter of the marks is for the environment, which sucks because we don't have one because the person only gave us it a couple hours ago. So
Oh wow.
we've lost a quarter marks already.
What a great start.
Jesus.
I know. Oh well. Anyways, Joe randomly regains his old personality.
After all this
Oh,
time,
God.
I see Erin is playing on one of the Space Fighter video games.
Yep, I am.
Yeah, they're currently trying to beat my high score.
Yeah,
Guys,
got-
do you want anything?
he's just ordered a Zinger Tower with extra chicken pieces and a Fanta. Oh god. I'll say
no problem. We'll serve that.
I'll say
We'll
get
just
me
get a
a.
bucket meal for everyone.
yeah, get me whatever.
I'll have
I'll
a
eat-
16-piece bucket meal, please.
For one.
I am going to roll again, see if I can beat.
Is that Just Dance?
Thomas
Oh,
High Score.
me and Bill are going
You're
on
going to
Just
roll
Dance
again
in
to
the
see if
corner.
you can what, sorry?
Beat
Yeah.
Thomas's high score because we were rolling when you were at the
Oh, wow.
bathroom
I got a 17, he got an 18.
for.
Cool, go for it.
Oh shit! Bollocks.
It's the real
Bryan.
thing.
So the professional pilot still hasn't
I know.
managed to beat the engineer
I know.
on the piloting game. Okay.
I know.
Sorry, Ben, go ahead. What are you going to say?
Me and Bill are playing Just Dance in the corner.
Say this.
Okay. Yeah.
You and Bill.
What's a fangoat?
Vango
Oh.
is. Let me
Oh,
just show you
shit.
on this noteboard.
They say there's a really big fangoat running around the northeast with a badly burnt head.
What is?
Yes.
Try to set
Oh
it
my
alight.
God.
Mhm.
Fuck's sake.
It's what you guys all call the spermosaurus, and the one that's with the badly burned head is the one that Rab and Joe set on fire in like the second or third session.
As if it's still alive.
Aye.
Well,
Okay.
bear in mind in the other game, in order to kill one of those things, my terrifying character shoved a gun into its mouth and emptied a full clip in.
Yeah.
What kind of
She's
doctors,
just, she's
Gail?
just a secretary, yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of doctor is Dr. Gail Aston, or is it just a random?
Dr. Gail Aston is one of the doctors for on the oil rig.
Oh, she's right across me. Apparently, she's a man. No,
Well, it's
this
2022, come on.
person is Gail Aston for me.
There's that
Oh,
bouncer.
it
as
isn't-
well.
Oh,
It
never
isn't-
mind. It's just all set to that. I'm guessing it's just for convenience.
Well,
Right,
you're gonna
Gail
all
have to name
hear
everyone individually.
Erin shouting that this game's rigged.
Well, it looks very much like I've just lost my internet connection. sake. So, I'm going to leave a bit of silence here till I can get reconnected so that when I come to put this up on Facebook, I can just cut out the entire bit and I can spot it easily by where the big silence is. So I'm going to go silent until I can get the connection back up and running. Well, relatively silent anyway. Gonna eat crisps, to be honest. Can you hear me now? I'm going to take it from that you can't, so I'm going to have to rejoin the...
Bryan, I think I have an encounter.
Okay, nothing you've said since I dropped out will be on the recording because
Oh,
I lost
Oh.
internet connection. So,
Right.
so what's been going on in the last couple of minutes?
Well,
chicken.
Chris has met up with two dodgy blokes in the bathroom.
Aha! Brilliant. You've encountered the drug deal.
Oh. And Rob's like, "Here, mate."
you need you. It's a shame Rab didn't follow you in the bathroom.
Mhm. So have you spoken to them yet?
They told me to get lost.
I don't think that's how they phrased it, but okay.
They said... Wait, let me read it again. It's bussy in here. Come back later. You should be somewhere else. Go away.
I think that's supposed to say busy, but I've probably put too many S's in it.
So they didn't just say "fuck
You
off,
want
you weirdo."
something, and then that's the last question.
That is one of the options they can give you. Yeah.
What? Fuck off, you weirdo.
Yes. Fuck off is certainly one of the
And
answers
now
they
it
can
says
give.
a suspicious-looking fellow who seems to be in the middle of some kind of illicit deal.
Yep, and he has noticed that he's told you to fuck off, and you've still not fucked off. So he's
P.
he says, "I don't care if you need to pee. I suggest you leave. Come back later."
Okay, I'm gonna go find Rab and tell him what I've seen.
Right, yeah.
What to do.
Okay.
We need Rab at this point. We need his accent and everything.
We do.
Maria'll have to do that.
Rab, there's some weird drug thing going on in the toilets.
Oh, here, man. Oh, what's some weirdo moving in on my territory and that, like?
Gonna go sort them
Oh,
out.
I want a word with you, man. What's all this? Is this what you got?
Why the hell are you echoing so badly?
Right, I'm guessing he's going over there then.
If you
Right.
think, I'm sorry, if Rab even smells a drug deal within 3 counties, he would be fucking right there.
That's
Right, you are. Head
He has
to
a
the Jensen.
He has a supernatural ability to find drugs wherever you dig.
He does. Does.
is Adam following him?
I'm gonna stay at the door for a second.
Okay.
Right, so Rab's gone barging through.
All right. So they look round as you come barging through, and they do the same thing. They're like, "Fuck off."
That's
Oh,
what
hey
ladies
man,
do.
don't be telling me fuck off. I'm here to see the goods and all.
Right. They're both kind
That
of.
money's not good enough. Is that what you're saying?
Marie, you're echoing really badly.
I noticed that. Hold on, I'm just going to unplug my headset and plug it back in.
Oh, that's a good idea. Try that. Yeah.
Bathroom acoustics.
Yeah. It's fitting.
How about now?
You don't appear to be, but you're quite quiet. If you could say something more than I could. No, you started echoing again.
I was just playing with the volume of my headset in case what's
Yes,
happening.
no.
That was better.
That was better. Yeah.
What about there? How's that?
There's
Oh,
a.
I can hear it.
There's still an echo, but it's not as bad as it was. Is she coming back from somebody else's Mike, does anybody think it could be that? No,
Yours
because then
comes
would be.
up a slight bit when it happens.
Sorry, what happens?
Yours comes up a slight bit when it happens. I don't know.
It's vaguely possible. It's picking her up from down the stairs. Let's just crack on.
I've actually changed the port that I'm in to see if that helps.
That's helped. Yeah.
Right, okay.
But I'm also hearing echo
Well,
from
Rabble
Bryan.
again going, oh, here, man.
You hear an echo from me as well, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try the same thing Marie did. 2 seconds.
I
Why
know.
does Pandora's Wake always have
It's
to?
interference from the other. Well, my cousin's friends said they found a terror to the other person island, so that's.
Can
what it
hear
is.
you.
Yes, we can. We can hear you. Or we could.
Oh, right.
Horrible bloody software.
They added emojis to the chat.
Oh, God.
Testing 1. Thank fuck for that. Every bloody week. 4 different games we stream. This is the one that gets all the technical issues every time. I have no idea why. Okay.
Technology's breaking down.
Yes, absolutely.
The other verse, yeah.
Right then, so Rab was doing a thing. He was trying to convince these people that he wants in to buy some drugs. So give me a.
Bryan, I haven't got Rab's character sheet. So
No, that's
whoever's
because
got
Jenny's
control
got
of it.
control of that.
Oh, shit, I'll roll. What am I rolling?
Communication persuasion test.
Persuasion.
It's going to be very hard to convince these guys because they don't know who you are, and they're not.
Stop doing drugs.
Oh, no.
You've convinced
All
me.
right, okay. So one of them nods to the other and goes, "Deal with this little dickhead, would you?" So the guy with the vest comes right up to Rab. He's like bouncing his chest off and trying to be all manly and shit. He's a good bit taller than Rab.
Right.
And he says, the man told you to fuck off.
You totally know that Rab is probably just going to fucking headbutt him, isn't he?
Yeah.
Probably.
And then nick the drugs off them when he's done.
Yeah. And money.
Do you know
Yeah.
there is a strong possibility, isn't there? So let's just get...
And he's got weapons, like, they do have weapons on them as well.
Let's just get this up now, because this is obviously a thing that's definitely going to happen. So, could I get an initiative for Rab? Make sure that whoever rules it has actually clicked on Rab's icon when they do. And a 1 for Adam as well, please. And that needs to go +1 every time. Actually, I'll add that again and I'll take this one off just in case it doesn't.
I'm glad I went for that a few levels ago, that initiative increase.
Right, so I need an initiative test for this guy.
I think you should let me make a hearing test.
Go ahead, make a hearing test.
I mean, we do have.
Let's
walkie-talkies.
face it, Bryan, it's trouble, and we all know Joe has a supernatural sixth sense in his ability to find fucking trouble.
Like I said before, I will either find trouble or create it.
Absolutely.
It's when Bill walks in dressed like a Peaky Blinder.
By order of the Birmingham District Council.
I mean, it's possible Adam is used the walkie-talkie or the mobile to say we're getting. Getting it.
Could be.
I'm sorry,
Well, I
I'm
have
sorry
an
to everyone
e-piece.
listening. By order
Well,
of the Birmingham District Council was a little bit of a spoiler for Peaky Blinders, but never mind.
Yes, yeah, it is a line from...
What am I bringing with me?
I would have my earpiece on.
I assume I'm not carrying my sniper around with me. I
Okay,
feel like
so
that's right.
those of you who haven't rolled initiative yet, every time it gets round to the combat round tracker, you can move 1 movement's worth towards the fight. Once you're in the door, I will add you to the thing properly. Yeah?
All right.
Because
so
you've probably
all
been
know.
called on the...
Right.
I would imagine that somebody's... Now that Rab's getting punched. Which is what's happening.
I'll just have it as
Everyone
an
wants to
open
watch.
mic.
So Adam technically goes first, but you've just come in through the door, so I'm going to make that it. Because really the fight doesn't start until dodgy-looking guy kickstarts the fight.
Yes.
Well,
Can you
it's
check
Rab
it?
headbutting him, to be fair.
Yeah, I tell you what, let's have Rab headbutt him first and then dodgy-looking guy. That does seem more likely.
Yeah.
Does Rab have a higher dexterity?
Well, it doesn't really matter. This guy's trying to
Ooh.
intimidate him, so
Rab couldn't have through out.
Rab's dex is 5.
it's ridiculously high, yeah.
Yes, it is.
So go ahead and make an attack. Wait till you see what you're up against.
Oh, God. Should I roll Brawling Strike?
Mhm.
Would that be? Yeah.
Yeah. You can
Alright.
hear suspicious-looking bloke saying to dodgy-looking guy, "Don't kill him, just beat him up and then stick the daft fucker in the disabled."
Oh, God.
At
Right,
which
you-
point, Rab headbutts him, I think. Let me
Yeah.
just find out. So, drug dealer, defense,
This
11.
guy's gonna be like Muhammad Ali or something, you know.
Yeah.
With narration from Marie.
Yes. So, Rab has headbutted the guy. Marie, you can narrate this bit if you like. That's a hit, so you can go ahead and fucking hell.
Ah, you think, mate? Statue that.
Right, so you headbutt him on the Rab jumps up and headbutts him, and as you try to intimidate him, the guy goes, "Oh yeah, my turn now, dickhead," and swings for Rab. So he's going to use a brawling strike.
Okay.
19. That's a hit.
Ooh, that is
9
it.
points of damage.
Ouch.
It's literally the highest he could have rolled with that.
Okay.
So he's just like, as Rab's headbutted him, he's just punched Rab in the jaw. Rab's like, actually, that really fucking hurt. Bear in mind, this is
Do we
not.
think that-
Sorry, go ahead.
Do we think that Rab's going to escalate and get his chip out?
Oh, yeah.
If you escalate to that level, then it will be an escalation. Because at the moment, even if anybody goes down to 0 health, all that's happened is you've been beaten up and left on the ground. You're still okay. You're going to recover. So,
It
We should probably
depends.
let them
I
escalate.
think if Rab gets down to a certain level of health, he probably would.
he'll also know, though, that the police are not far from this place and they would respond very quickly.
That's
So-
true.
I'll say if he gets down, and plus a security, if he gets down to half, he'll have to start making willpower tests to avoid escalating. And if he
okay.
fails, he'll just do it without thinking.
Yeah.
Does everybody
Is
feel
Rab or the
that's
other guy
okay?
you want about?
This is Rab. The other guy's not going to escalate unless Rab does.
Okay.
Okay,
He's a gentleman, I
so
see.
yes, so that dodgy-looking guy's had his go. Suspicious-looking bloke has noticed that Adam Taylor's come back in, and he's like, "Thought I told you to fuck off. What is it with people around here and their cloth lugs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7." So he's going to charge around there, and he's going to swing for you as well. So this is the other drug dealer. Both of these are using the enforcer stats from the companion, if anybody's interested. I just realised I can't do the health damage on there, so I need to do it on there. I'll come back in a second to do that. So brawling strike against Adam is 17 a hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so he comes running up to you and brings his hand back, and as you're coming up to block his hand, he knees you he tries to knee you in the bollocks, but you're fast enough that you turn your leg. So he's kneed you in the thigh, 4 points of damage. You can
No
apply
damage
your
'cause
toughness.
I have 4 toughness.
Yeah. So this guy here is taking a point of damage. Just need to alter that.
Quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Rab's Brawling Strike's a D3.
Yeah.
Theirs is a D6.
It is, yes.
Damage wise, it's part of their stat.
Yes, it's part of a special ability they get for being gangland enforcers.
Yeah.
Well, Rab
It's
didn't
called
do too bad.
Overwhelm, and it's in the book they're supposed to have 2 levels of Overwhelm, but I've taken 1 level off them, and because the other ability had also added, I felt was a bit overpowered. For
Rab,
what
yeah.
we're doing at the moment.
He gets damage of 1d3 plus 3, and he got a 5 when he hit that guy, so
Yep.
almost max.
Almost max.
It doesn't have pinpoint attack. Oh dear.
No.
Mm.
So, combat round, this is supposed to have fucking changed and it hasn't. Combat round 2 started so everybody can move.
Oh,
Everybody who's
shoot,
not
right.
in here can now move your speed for a minor action or double your speed for a major action.
I'll go
Well, I can get in
double.
here.
That's 20.
I can get right next to Chris. Wait.
We'll probably go here.
Yeah, am I just ask if I'm allowed to do it. Am I allowed to move within sight of the bad guy and then charge him? Was I not allowed?
Do you want
Uh,
to hold your
I don't.
movement?
I don't think so because it depends. How far do you need to move to get within a charge move?
I don't know. What's the charge rules again? What's the minimum distance I have to move?
4 meters.
4.
Okay, so
I can move. I have 14 movement. I
You've
could
got
move
14
to-
movement, so you can move 14 as a minor action. Right? If that
can do-
means you are
Uh-huh.
now within charge distance of the enemy, then yes, you could charge him because that would be your major action. Bear in mind though, if you don't cover at least 4 meters, you still charge, but you don't get the +1 bonus to hit.
Okay, I think that would be okay. To be fair, just trying to get a bit where I think 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I'll just do that anyway.
Right,
I
so
won't
you're not going to get the
it'll be fine.
+1 to hit because by the time you've opened the door, you're going to be too close. But you can still charge him. You just don't get the advantage for the extra. So Joe comes bursting through. You've just come up from down the bottom, which is the women's lavatories. Is there a
I thought
reason
the
Joe
women's
was
was
in
up
the
here.
ladies' bathroom?
I thought this was the ladies here with all the ladies out of it.
No.
They were heading down towards the thing. They've just noticed
were
a
they?
bunch of people charging towards the gents. Okay, so Joe, you may now roll your initiative so we can add you to the block. 'Cause you're within the
Am
combat
I
area.
okay to be? I was thinking because shit went down before. I want to have my body armor on.
Yeah, you can have your body armor on.
If this is going to affect it, I think it's an effect of 2, is it?
I don't
Question
know
mark?
off the top of my head. Yes, I think so, but it'll be on your character
Take
sheet.
2 off this then.
Okay,
16.
so I will just adjust your character sheet down to sit. Not your
I'll
character
just
sheet,
double
your-
check it, but I'll make the attack first because.
So
Is
Is
Erin,
everybody
you've,
else going?
Erin, you've also arrived at the combat area. So if you would also like to make your initiative test, you can.
Okay. It's like going full pelt because you know what Rob's like.
Yeah.
But you can't get in there, can you? Because you're
No.
you're a
I
lady.
can, well,
You can't go in there.
I think when people are beating each other around the head with sinks, it's probably time
Don't
to
really
worry
care.
a bit less about that. So
Or the
you've-
others not coming either. Like, are you all just staying where you are?
I moved. I was over by the door.
yeah,
Oh, were you?
I
Oh.
was
not,
way
not
over there.
everybody was that close, so some of you will take a few rounds to get here. So I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm like way back here.
Ah, right. 'cause-
You're lost in amongst the magazines.
Yeah.
yes, looking at hello and so it's Chris to go. It's Adam
Take a
Taylor to
break.
go. What would you like to do?
Pepper spray.
Shit. Okay. So you're
Ah,
gonna pepper spray suspicious bloke, are you?
There we go.
I mean, don't feel you have to answer it at all.
Oh,
I just
no.
speak freely. Okay, so you pull your pepper spray out, and just like as he's like jostling you, it just goes off and sprays on his boot. So that's done you no good at all. So it's Joe Watson next.
Got a bit excited
Can
there,
I
didn't
do
you?
any? I have. Can I do a movement?
You can move, yes, but that's a minor action, so you can move.
76.
Okay.
I'm done.
So
It
Joe,
is an
you-
armor penalty of -2. Aha. Right. Yes. I'm going to do that charge.
Okay, go for it. So you're still not going to get the +1 to hit, but you are going to get into combat. You're going to get a +1 to hit anyway because this guy's currently engaged against Adam.
I'll move myself here. This is where I would charge to, I guess.
Okay.
Hit him.
Okay, go for it.
And I'm Right.
Now, if I remember rightly, these
plus-
guys aren't too difficult to hit. It's just that once you do, it doesn't have much effect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I am aiming just to get that +1, but obviously, you know.
Yeah, that's yeah. You
Well, that's
can
I
aim
assume.
because this is. Yeah, this is the next. Yeah, you can aim. So 19's a hit anyway. So you've socked them one.
And then it is. It's a shame I didn't bring any melee weapons. I really.
If we not, we
Don't
don't want to
escalate,
escalate. Yeah, 3 points of
I'm
damage.
not. You know I don't really care. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything to him.
It didn't. No, you punch him in the stomach and he just laughs it off.
Marie might bring a chair or something.
Yeah, brawling weapons. I'm going to say is not going to be an escalation. That would still be like in the true tradition of Hollywood. That would be stuff that would just knock people out and not kill them. I know in real life that's
like
not
that
necessarily true.
spanner
We
I've
are
got in
in
my
devastation. Every one of them chairs and tables is bolted down. I'd need a drill to get those bastards and things up. So unless I'm going to hit them with some fried chicken, there isn't really much chance.
You could get the spicy breadcrumbs in his eyes.
Okay, so Aaron, it's you to go.
Right. I mean, there's not a whole lot I'm going to be able to do in this situation, but do you know what? I'm tempted to ask one of the women if they've got any of them have any high heels on it and smack one of them with a high heel, but I won't.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. Fuck.
Is anyone carrying like a pistol or anything on yours? I want to.
No.
No. Right. I'm gonna come in
Jesus
here.
Christ, I repeat part of my rant from earlier to the motorist that tried to run me down. This isn't a Grand Theft Midlands, okay?
I am gonna try and just be here to sort of help with any injuries in the background.
Okay, so you're standing in the background, determined to help with any injuries these guys are going
will-
to inflict fairly shortly.
Move over here.
You walk into the men's bathroom, you notice that is much less clean than the females.
Yeah, much less.
I'm not gonna be able to do
Although,
fuck all.
from what Marie's brothers told us, who does clean for one of the local cleaning companies, that's not as true as you might expect.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've also heard though, like some women's bathrooms have like couches and all that in them, and like reading material.
Not
and then
this
the
one,
men's
they
has
don't.
got like
So,
one working door.
Right.
Dodgy.
Can-
Sorry, yes, go on.
I mean, I don't know how realistic this is, but I can see Rab has got, he's kind of a bit hurt. Can I try and like help him whilst he's getting beaten up?
Not really. Whilst he's in the middle of fighting with this guy, I don't think. No, if this guy knocks him out in the next move, that might change. So
I am gonna. Well, I'll wait back here and I'll see. I'm gonna see if there's ever an opportunity for me to do something, but I'll stay back for now.
Right, you are. So dodgy looking guy has just thumped Rab. His preferred. Vicious blow is one of his preferred.
Nice.
So is taunt though. So
Fuck.
taunt's not going to be much help to him at this point. So he is going to do vicious blow. So he's going to do a brawling strike, and then he gets an extra d6 damage.
Fucking hell.
Not the max damage. Jesus, man.
Another max damage. 13 points of damage to Rab.
Fucking hell.
Jesus, that's 10.
Yeah.
Because he's
So
got
Rab's
Jesus.
like the guy punched Rab before, and Rab's like turned back on him, snarling, going, "Oh, aye!" Just in time to get whack right under the chin, and then boom, right in the left eye.
He's not looking good.
Rab's now kind of seeing the stars and going, "Oh, aye." It is, however,
wearing.
Rab's go.
He is only down to 10 health out of 26.
Fucking hell.
Right, so he has.
Those willpower rolls to escalate.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. He is going to
Go
have
on,
to
Rab.
make them soon.
Pull out your knife.
At what point will he have to roll for his willpower not to stab the guy?
Every round now on his go.
It's his go.
It is his go, so he's going to need a test.
Okay.
So I'm going to say at this point, this is Rab. He's quite a stabby chap, so it's a challenging test. So he needs to beat 13, otherwise he snaps and pulls a knife.
He's just beat it.
Okay, so he's keeping as calm as
Keeping
Rab
the heat.
gets.
Keeping the heat.
Keeping his heat.
Alright.
Aye. So what's Rab actually going to do?
Right, well, he's got a talent called misdirection, right?
Right.
So you can confound people so much they cannot react appropriately. As a major action, you can make a communication deception test opposed by an opponent's willpower self-discipline. If you succeed, your opponent cannot use stunts until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
So he's, I don't know, I mean, Marie might want to help with this, to do something to distract the guy. What can he do? I don't know.
Unzip his flies.
I'm actually thinking what he would do is there's a thing that I've seen done in fights where a guy will he'll tap, if you know what I mean. He'll tap him with the arm or tap him in the gut, tap him with
Right.
you know, where they're
Yeah.
tapping at him, so the guy's trying to get the top, so you know, it's more a
Yeah.
pride thing, you know. If am I explaining this quite well? Where he'll reach
I-
out his
I-
hand and
I
it's
can
not even
picture it.
intended to hurt. It's just
Mhm.
tap his face,
Mhm.
humiliating, so that the guy's got to spend his time blocking the move.
I tell you what. We'll say because Rab's quite a violent chap, right? He's doing something along those lines, but we're going to do a full Will Smith with it rather than just a.
Like slapping him.
The closest I would think would be flurry of blows.
Mm.
I don't know if that's in this set of rules.
Well, Rab has to roll deception, so he's going to do that, and it's opposed against this guy's. Oh fuck! That's balls.
Okay, so just make a standard attack. Oh no, that was a major. Oh, we did say you were going to slap him to do it though.
He
as part
has
of it.
to. Well, this is Rab's roll, but the other guy has to
Beat
roll
it.
his willpower self-discipline.
Okie dokie. Let's see
So-
if you can. Where's the drug dealer? There
He's
we
probably
go.
going to pass it, but
It's too
you
high
know.
for a drug dealer. I'm just gonna
because
take
that was
down.
shit.
What kind of drugs are these on, Brian?
Oh shit! He's failed.
Oh, wow, it worked! Yes.
So he
Wow.
gets no stunts for the rest of the round, and yeah, I'm gonna. I know technically that's two major actions, but I'm gonna allow Rab to hit him anyway because I did say his method of distraction would be like slap him around the face.
Can he actually try and grapple the guy at the ground so that he can't hit him
No.
anymore, like sit on him?
No,
Fuck.
because that would be
Right.
an entirely different action.
Okay.
Rattle his jaw.
Yep. All right. I'll just
Yeah,
give
mate,
him.
I'll rattle your jaw, so I will.
Ten, it's a
Oh,
miss anyway, so he's gone as if he was gonna slap him and then not. And then when the
Right.
guy's reacted, he's gone, ah! Okay, so suspicious looking bloke is now, he's got two opponents he's up against, so he is going to kick at Joe Watson, I think. Who's just coming.
You're gonna have to do this guy in, Chris. I'm not very good in close combat.
Okay, so drug enforcer gonna do a bit of a kick. Oh, yep, that got you.
Oh,
Oh, only just.
9 points of damage. Do they roll anything else? That's
Jesus.
3 in a row.
Test it.
Different, yeah. I've just checked. It's definitely legitimate. But the other guy's done that twice, and this guy's done it once. So you're taking 9 points of damage.
Only 2 points get through.
That guy's done
Have you got
that.
6? Oh, because you've got your armor on, haven't you?
Oh,
Yeah.
Mark is here. Sorry, Mark. Rab's getting his ass kicked. Oh,
Quite
God.
fucking, isn't he?
Oh, yes, he is.
No, he fucking isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, so combat round. Oh, now it's counting up. Now it's counting up. The little combat round tracker.
Everyone else can get moving as well now, can't they? So
Yep. So everybody else moves. Everybody who's not currently in the combat moves. I'm gonna say that the women.
I'm wondering where everybody is. Where is everybody?
You'd have just seen me go around this corner.
you'll have heard us on the walkie-talkie saying about what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lots of grunts and going, and
I'm gonna jog
So these
across.
4 women that were going to the toilet have decided against it now. Because all I can hear from the gents is like, and they're not entirely sure what that is. But they're not entirely sure they
Fucking
want to find
standard
out.
Saturday night in some pubs, mate.
Okay, so Adam, you to go.
Okay. Would I have my, because I've got my pepper spray on me, would I have my full self-defense kit on me?
Depends what you mean by your full self-defense kit. You wouldn't have walked
I
into
have-
the motorway services with a bow stick, if that's what you're
Taser.
A self-defense kit, it consists of the spray and the stun gun.
You might well have brought the stun gun in.
I wouldn't have brought my weapons, obviously, but...
Yeah. I'm going to allow the stun gun.
Okay, for my minor action then, I'm going to give the stun gun to Joe.
Right, you are.
And then I'm gonna punch this guy.
Right, you are. Go for it. So you hand the stun gun to Joe. Both Joe and suspicious-looking bloke kind of look at the stun gun like, what the fuck? And then as the suspicious-looking bloke looks up, he sees your fist coming straight towards him. Roll a hit.
shocking. That's absolutely shocking.
Oh, one second. This just didn't. As I never fixed that. Okay. Unarmed, yeah.
Yeah. 16 with a point of stunts. That's a hit.
Hey.
Yeah.
So you've hit suspicious-looking dude.
Stunts. General combat, yeah.
Slits general combat.
I'll do duck and weave.
Okie dokie.
+1 defense per SP spent.
Oh, okay, so that's +1 on your defense this round. Do you want to give me the damage then, please?
Yeah,
I have to tell Mark what happened for this to happen.
what would my damage be? Because I've not done an unarmed strike ever, and I don't know if it's meant to upgrade from fighting or is it from strength.
It's 1d3 plus your strength.
It only goes
Okay.
into a D6 if you've got a talent, I think it is.
That's correct,
Yeah.
yes.
It's looking for my strength. There it is, 2. Okay.
The stun gun's 1d6 plus perception, I assume.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right, so you punch the guy on the side of the face and he just spits on the ground. Is that the best you've got? Joe to go.
It's
gonna
impact
tase him in his
damage and it's
ballsack.
10 feet.
You're gonna chase him with the ball sack.
Go for it.
Absolutely
Uh,
shocking.
Is this a stun gun or is it one of those like you have to stab them with it?
It's
Black
a,
armor.
it's a stun like thingy with the wires.
Mhm.
Or is it one you
So
can
it's
just put up
ranged.
against somebody?
So
Oh,
it's
were you
ranged.
thinking
No,
it's like
got
a
a 10,
cattle
it's got
prod?
a 10-meter range, so it's
No,
a
I was
taser.
thinking it's like one of those handheld ones, like a taser, a handheld
Yeah.
taser.
Yeah, it fires
what I
the
mean.
two.
Fires like
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Fires your wires
yeah.
with your
Okay.
pins.
This all plus one, an
Missed him.
11 because I would have aimed. I was gonna aim.
Are you going to aim? Okay, I'll give you the aim.
Yeah.
That's a hit. It's just a hit, but it's a hit.
Good.
Did it hit
2
the ball?
stun points, 1 for each testicle.
Yes, 2 stun points, which you're probably
Is
going to
this
need because
firearm
it's tough.
stunts?
Is this what, sorry? You can use
It's firearm
firearm stunts, yes.
Can you use ricochet?
No.
Remember, it's impact as well.
Makes the second attack against the same target.
Did you
with-
say it's impact damage, not
Yes.
ballistic damage? Right, okay, so its toughness is going to apply then.
Can I use long bursts?
No.
It's technically automatic. Okay.
You could actually. You can just hold your finger down longer.
Okay, make a second attack against the same target or a different one within 5 yards at a -2 attack roll.
No, actually,
Again,
that
+2
doesn't
damage.
really. No, that doesn't really work.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, I'd say if you're holding your finger down, it's more likely to do extra damage. It's not going to need another roll to hit.
Well, I'll just take like an extra D6 then. Cause...
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
And then I'll do the duck and weave that Chris is also. No, how much is a D6? It's 2 points.
2 points. That would
Sorry.
be a savage blow,
That's
and
fine.
that's 2 points.
That's 1d6 plus my perception plus 1d6.
9
9
damage.
points.
Right. Okay. So you zap him in the gonads with the stun gun. That got a reaction, to be fair. Can't seem to get his hip. There we go. So his hit points is up. He absorbed
it can.
4. So 5 got through. Nice one.
Then you'd have to recoil the wires before you can use it again.
Yeah.
Or you can follow up the tase by a quick, swift kick to the nuts.
Yes. That seems like a good idea. Erin, what are you going to do?
Right, seeing as Rab is getting his ass kicked,
Yes.
I will.
No, he isn't.
Wait, Bryan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
Is he wearing armor?
Rab, no.
No, the guy I just shot.
No.
This weapon
Is it
has
drug
no
dealers?
effect on either. If the target has armor, it paralyzes the individual for 1d6 rounds unless they succeed a stamina test with a TN of 10 plus damage.
If the character does have armor, did you say?
This weapon has no effect on an individual if they have armor. He
Right.
doesn't. If they don't have armor, it paralyzes the individual for 1d6 rounds unless they succeed a Constitution stamina test with a difficulty of TN 10 plus the damage inflicted by the weapon.
Oh,
Perception
shit.
doesn't add. It says perception doesn't add, so take 2 off that.
So, okay, so I'll take 2 off that, so that is
So
17.
difficulty 17. Yeah.
Did you say stamina test? 17.
Yeah.
Fuck, I think he's in trouble here. Constitution stamina, that would be, so... Oh, how long did you say paralyzed him for?
1d6. Just 1 round.
Ah,
1 round. Okay, so let's put a little marker on here.
I was gonna see if
Yeah, go ahead.
he looks like he's got a leather coat on. Would that be classed as armor? Maybe.
Actually, his leather coat is armor for the to increase his toughness, but not against a thing. I
Right.
wouldn't say because he's wearing a kind of.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think he is. No, it's not. It's not a leather coat. It's just
Well,
a
like a
trench coat.
duster,
Aye.
right, or a trench coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I adding?
His little ones are a bit
Paralysis.
crispy now.
Yeah, he's in quite a bad way. For some reason, I can't see the paralysis marker anymore. We were just talking about that yesterday as well,
Yeah.
or the other day. Shit. Okay, so the no sign of paralysis marker. So what am I going to use instead?
That one. Is it that one?
No. I will just use the stars as if he's seeing stars.
That's paralyzed, by the way. The sheet, it says the yellow swirly one.
It does say paralyzed
The
or stunned.
stars
It
one
does.
says.
That's different to the one we saw when we were playing on Sunday. You remember you said it did seem a bit the one on Sunday. So
Yes.
maybe they've changed it. Maybe a few people have thought the same and they've changed it.
What? Oh, it was the wheelchair one,
Wheelchair
wasn't
one,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a
Oh.
disabled symbol.
Oh no.
It was like the like a car park disabled symbol.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was. Yeah,
no.
And I was like,
Paralyzed.
oh, that's a bit.
yeah. So maybe they felt the same
Shit.
and that's why they've changed it. Okay, so that's Erin. What were you doing?
I was gonna.
Mhm.
This is probably not gonna work. Rush round here and try and knock that guy over.
Okay, that sounds like a stunt attack to me. So make an unarmed combat attack or a grapple, whichever you feel you're better at.
It's the same.
It's the same. Okay, so
Probably gonna be shit. So did that? Hang on. Does it come up with a? It says using the aim action. The grapple. I suppose I would be, would I?
can do
I
that.
guess. 12.
With 6 stunt points, and it
Shit.
was already a
Fuck.
stunt attack. So you have
Wow.
8 stunt points. What would you like to do to him?
Holy shit! I did not think that was gonna work. So I.
Oh,
wasn't
it's
even
worked.
Okay. Where the fuck have I done things?
I can call them up for you if you're having trouble.
Yes, please.
Yeah, no problem. 2 seconds. Stunts. So, it's liable to be basic
Okay.
melee stunts, so I'll pop that one up. And grapple stunts you could choose from if you wanted to. Pop that one up. And general combat stunts as well. So you can pick from any of those.
Ooh. Right, I've got
Now,
to. I've
two
got
of
to
them
be
must be
careful.
used to knock them over because that's what you said you were going to do.
Mhm. So that would be takedown, would it?
Or is it knock prone?
Not prone.
Knock prone for 2 would do the trick.
Yeah, not prone. And so I've got 4 more.
No.
Shit. What?
No, you've
How
got
many
6
do I have?
more. You've got 6
Oh, I've
more.
got 6
You
more.
rolled 6. That's
Shit.
why I was saying you had 8. You rolled 6, but you declared a stunt attack, which means instead of doing damage, you'd get
Yeah.
2 stunt points. But you rolled 6 points, so that's added to the 2. So you've knocked him prone, which is what you wanted to do, but you've still got 6 stunt points to use.
It costs 5 to inflict 2 dice worth of damage on him.
True. Could skirmish him as well if you wanted to on top of that.
I'm just looking. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do that. Lethal blow and skirmish him back out
Right.
the way. 2d6.
Okay, so you run in and clothesline him, catching him right in the throat. So roll the 2d6.
That's not too bad.
What do you get? 7? Okay. So 3 points get through.
Yeah.
You skirmish him backwards 2, so that's given Rab some space.
Yep, and I'm in between that one.
And you got 4, 5,
But he's
6,
knocked
3
prone
points.
as well.
He's knocked prone,
Yeah.
and he's got 3 points fewer hit points than he had. So,
When he's on the ground, can I try and like sit on him?
I suppose so, because that it strikes me that just like sitting on somebody it sounds like a minor action rather than a major action. So yes, you can sit on him if you want.
All right.
Oh, you fucking dancer.
So Rab started this fight by headbutting this guy, got the shit kicked out of him, and then Aaron came in and beat the shit out of the guy. Okay. This is something I feel Rab might be getting
Pelters for.
jip
He'll be getting
about for a
pelters for
long
this, by the
time.
way.
Erin, who's absolutely bullshit at like fighting, she still managed to do this.
Right, okay, so you're sat on the guy who's pinned on the ground. It's now his go. He's not happy about this, so he's like, "Get off me, you bitch!" And he swings a punch for you. However,
Okay.
because he's on the ground and you sat on him, I'm going to give him a -1 to hit, and I'm not going to let him aim. So, let's just make a brawling strike. We'll take 1 off whatever we roll here, so instead of 15, that's
Oh, he's
14.
just hit me as well.
Has he
Fuck.
just hit you? Right, okay, so he has twatted you for 7 points of damage.
Okay, well.
Remember, you can reduce that by your toughness if you have any.
Yeah, I've got 1 toughness, so it's 6. It's not too bad.
Right, okay. Rab, it's you to go, and you are currently seeing stars.
Right, what's the... Sorry, I had to nip into the kitchen for a second now before my turn. What's the state of the dodgy looking guy? Is he still on the ground? Is he getting up? Is he up?
He's on the ground. Aaron's like sat on top of him, trying to hold him down, but he's just punched her in the side of the head. But he's still on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Rob's going to look at Evan.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Evan, just keep holding him there, right, hen?
I'll try.
Rob's going to run up and volley the guy in the head with his foot.
Okay. You're going to get +1 to hit because he's on the ground. You're going to get +1 to hit because Aaron's also in combat with him. You're going to move more than 4 meters, so I'm going to say that's a charge. So I'm going to give you +3 in total.
Keep in mind as well, Mark, Rab used misdirection earlier and it worked, so this guy can't get any stunts anymore.
Yeah.
So just.
Would that be a brawling strike?
Yes, that would be a brawling strike. 12, that's a hit.
That's a hit. Ha ha ha.
So you give him
right
a
in the-
proper good twat in the side of the head. Go ahead and roll the damage, and
Full
you've got some
damage.
through
Ooh.
his rather impressive toughness that he's got. You've managed to get some points through that. So that's 4. 2 gets through. He's
God,
spitting
Paul.
blood now. You've like kicked him in the head, and his head snaps back. He's boom, hawks this blood-crusted loogie at you.
Oh.
I'll fucking kill you if it knock the tooth out. So, a suspicious-looking bloke who's up here holding off 2 of you,
Getting tasered in the nuts.
getting tasered in the nads, is paralysed and can't act. However, that's the end of the... well, when he comes round next, he'll be able to act. So I'm going to take his paralysed off. So it is the next combat round, and it is Adam to go.
And everybody can move, remember?
And yes, everybody who isn't here yet can move.
Do you know, can I just quickly ask
You
something?
can, yes.
Can Rab get health back whenever he smokes a joint?
No.
Oh, damn it.
Brilliant idea though it is. I'm afraid probably not. No.
I'm going to uppercut again.
Okay.
Hold on.
I know.
Hold on.
Temporary.
Ah,
temporary hit
yes,
points.
because Thomas has just arrived, so we need Thomas to roll his
Ooh.
initiative.
Yeah.
Could Rab get temporary hit points from it?
No. Okay, so it's actually
Oh.
Thomas is going to go first.
Wow. Gonna come in and just like launch himself.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm gonna move into here,
Mhm.
which would technically be 1, 2, 3. I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 because you've got to run round Joe, so you've got to go round the back of him.
Mm.
Does that count as a charge?
I'm going to allow it to, yes.
Right, so I'm going to attempt to smack that bloke.
Okay. In you come and you smack this guy who's already fighting 2 guys at once, so you get +2 to hit.
With
Plus
Can I
3
hit-
because you're charged.
can I hit him with my improvised spanner?
Yes.
it were.
I'm going to say you can hit him with a spanner, right?
Because it's likely that I would have a tool.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Joe's standing just next to you.
Fuck's sake.
Yes,
Right,
I'm going to
so-
let you hit him with a spanner.
Oh, a 9.
Missed. Oh,
Aw.
no, it's not a miss because you're charged. That takes it to 10.
Ah.
He's in
No,
combat.
no,
with
I've added.
Oh,
Oh,
you've
you
added
already
all
added
those
it.
on.
Oh no,
have you?
does an improvised weapon use accuracy?
Improvised weapons use accuracy, yes.
Right. Well, in that case, that would be another. Let's see. If that was that, and we added 6, so it would add another 3 on.
Yeah, that's a hit. So 1 stun
Ooh.
point.
So 1 stun
So
point.
you've come charging in, you've clocked him with a hammer. Doing.
Mhm.
Well, not with a hammer,
Once.
with a spanner, rather.
Hit him
I
with a
just bought a
spanner.
spanner the other day, if anybody cares.
So what
Lost
is it to hit him? Is it an 11 or a 12
11.
or?
It's 11.
It's 11, right? Yeah. So sorry, that would have been a total of a +6 to the actual roll of the dice. So it would have been 5 + 6, so it would have been 11, right? So it's still a
11
hit.
is a hit.
Yeah. What's the guy's dexterity?
It's quite high. That's well, no, it can't be because he's easy to hit. So his dexterity is 1.
No, his dexterity is a 1, right? So rolling for damage.
I forgot about
okay.
that.
What a spanner.
So that's 7 points of damage.
And for 1 point of, I'm gonna have to look at the stunts. Where are the stunts gone?
I had the same problem. I couldn't
Yeah,
see where they
just
were.
a second. I'll pop them up for you.
Rules.
It's rules, stunts.
Oh, you found
yeah.
Right.
it. You found it. Okay.
Basic melee is that. Oh, hold on. I might already have them open but hidden.
Alright,
Oh, there they are. Don't need to do that. 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 do that. Can't do that one. None of that actually works. And okay, we'll just skirmish him back then.
Okay, you're going to
You,
skirmish him.
I was going to say you could do the Guardian one because Rab technically is within the range.
No, he's not.
Is he not? Oh, it's yards, not meters.
Doesn't
Well,
matter. He's the
yards
other
and-
side of a wall.
Yeah, it's the other side of the wall. Yards and meters are pretty much the same
Oh, I
thing.
thought this is like an open top.
Well, it's an open top,
Even
but
if
it's still
even
an
if it's an
obstruction.
open top, it's
Yeah.
still the other side of a wall.
Yeah. It's still waist height. That's enough
Yeah.
to impede his ability to get across there. Okay, so you whack him with a spanner and he staggers backwards, shaking his head a little bit. Add him
Ow.
to go.
That's my going, mate.
I can't reach him now. We have to go forward. So I am going to do what I said. Uppercut him. Try to.
Okay, well, you're going to have to move from there. So there you go. So you kind of vault over the sink, the basin, and swing to uppercut. Go for it. $16, and that's a definite hit. Roll the damage.
Nice.
3, right? You uppercut him, he just shrugs it off.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Joe, you to go.
Alright, I'm going to move up, down, around, climb on top of this, and then fucking drop kick him.
Right. So you run round there, jump up on top of the thing, and kick right towards his head. Go ahead and roll the hit. It's spectacular, whatever happens.
Yeah.
Watch you.
I'll,
While you tap dancing, watch you don't fall down a plug hole.
I'm not going to.
16, that's a hit. Roll
Without
damage.
all the pluses, it'll still be a but
Yeah.
Yep, just kick him, be like, what's up, pussy boy?
He shrugs that off as well.
Oh.
Oh,
Nah, because I've
additional
got
damage.
my pinpoint.
He
Remember?
doesn't shrug this often.
Mm.
1 point gets through. So yeah, he's starting to
And then
feel
can I
this
end
now.
up behind him? I will have enough movement.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there anyone in the toilet?
There doesn't
it's
seem to
empty.
be, no.
Imagine there's someone just dropping a log and then all this shit happens. It would help his movement along.
Do you know what you
That
should
was-
do? Grab him and then
Drown him in the
repeatedly
toilet.
slam
Good
his.
idea.
In,
Flush
yeah.
him down the toilet.
What are we back at skill?
Yeah. Brad,
Yep.
it's you to go.
Aye.
Mark.
He can't have gone to sleep already. He was speaking just a second ago.
Oh no. I don't
Dodgy
know,
looking guy is getting a fucking bleaching.
Okay, I have no idea what that is, but it sounds like it would hurt.
It's a severe form of kicking.
Okay, brilliant. Go for it.
In the head again.
Yes. In fact, if he's still on the ground, can not just grab the back of his head and slam his head into the ground.
Yeah, you can. I'll give you +2 to hit.
Wrestling moves.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a hit. I'll give you +1 damage as well because the ground's quite hard.
It does tend to be.
6.
Shit. Right. Okay, so that's 2 got through. So you bang his head on the ground. That's he's starting to feel it a bit now. You notice they're both still in the green because these guys are hard as fuck. Okay, however, he is a bit outnumbered and he is on the ground. He's still got Aaron sat on top of him, so he is going to punch Rab in the gonads. That's his plan.
Oh no.
He's seen his friend get tasered in the nuts and he's like, that's a good idea, punch. So let's have a look. Brawling strike. 14, does that hit Rab?
No,
Nope.
it doesn't.
It does
Doesn't.
not.
So you see this punch coming for your gonads, and you just skip backwards out of the way. Erin, what are you doing?
Right. I'm trying to keep him on the ground. Is there anything specific that I could do to keep him on the ground? I'll just stay where I am, maybe.
Reach from behind you, grab his nuts and pull.
I was gonna say, I'll try and, while staying sat on him, try and punch him in the nuts. Then, if he's
Go
gonna
for it.
play that game,
Yeah, why not?
do I get any bonuses?
Yes, +1 because he's on the ground, +1 because he's in combat with somebody else as well. So +2 in
Okay.
total. If you want
fucking
to
need it.
aim as well, there's +3.
Best
Yes.
bit about that is Erin is immune to that move.
Yes.
Oh, balls! Oh, hang on.
No, you missed his
6,
balls.
7, 8, 10, I would need 5.
You'd need another 5, yeah. You can spend a conviction point to re-roll.
No, I've already spent one earlier.
So tonight on CBT Torture Bathroom.
You're
Right.
likely to get one back at the end of the session, though, because you did risk your life to rescue somebody, and that's got to be tied to your
Yeah.
things, is it not? Oh,
My
it's a-
thing
Yeah.
is to be an achiever.
Oh, no, there's no-
Like
no
get things done. Like,
Okay, fair enough.
hang
So
on.
no, you're probably not getting one back then. So we shall move on to a suspicious-looking bloke who's currently in the middle of 3 guys who are all banging him in the gents'
Just how
toilets.
he likes it.
So suspicious-looking bloke is Joe.
Well, we know Joe's a suspicious-looking bloke.
He is. Joe tases him in the gonads, and he's not entirely happy about that, so he's going to punch Joe in the head. Is his first thought. So, punch.
That isn't going to do anything to him, though.
Lift all his vital spots, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 16's a hit and 7 points of damage to Joe.
Not getting through my armor. Oh wait, is it? 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it's not actually.
No,
Jeez.
that didn't get through. Shit.
Are you
right,
actually Iron Man or something? Like, what's the deal
No,
with
I'm wearing body armor.
He's wearing body armor.
that? Right.
He's wearing his bodysuit.
He thought it might be dangerous at KFC, so he put his body armor on.
You know, those hot apple pies are hot apple pies, you know what I mean? Like nuclear.
Combat round 4. So everybody who hasn't arrived at the combat site yet gets to move.
Lizzie, where are you?
Where the fuck is Lizzie?
I do like the
I
idea
know.
of this guy. I do like the idea of
Bryan,
this guy, like,
Surely you would be here by now because you're dead fat.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening for Bryan saying if you can move now, and he didn't. So
I did. Every round
Yeah.
I've said it.
I'd say
Right.
she must be here by now.
yeah.
She's parkouring across the roof.
Well,
Gone
I
for
tell
a
you what
run
it
round
is.
the
I'm trying.
houses, I
Where,
reckon.
the hell's the bathroom?
You've just gone out the door to the west. It's to the
Yeah,
south.
because when I'm trying to walk into it,
It's a
pitch
big black
black.
space, yeah.
It's a big black space. I can't see anything.
it's south of there, Lizzie.
Yeah, it's hard to see. Once you get to here, you'll be able to see.
You want to be down here?
Yeah.
Yeah, down there.
Down here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there.
there you
Down
are.
here, yes.
You'd probably be in the room by now,
That's
I
the
know.
door.
Right, so you need me to roll initiative.
Yes.
Welcome to the lads' bathroom.
Parkour the shit out.
We have fun and games.
As I come in, I'm going to say, you guys take me to the most fucking glamorous places, don't you?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Where's Bill? He's
Oh,
there
Bill's
still
not
with
coming.
you.
He's still trying to-
Bill's eating a burger.
Bill's
he's having
eating
a
a burger.
zinger.
He's not getting involved in a fight in the toilet. His age.
I say he's trying to beat my high score on Just Dance, man. I beat him before.
to.
I've just rolled 20.
So
Nice.
I've reorganised the columns, so it's Thomas to go first, and then it's Lizzie.
Right. So, can I move down to here and hit this guy?
Yes.
which is what
Please
I'll do. I'll
do.
charge around there and give him a thump because he's on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's give him a smack with me hammer.
Ooh,
5 points of
5
stunts.
stunts. Ooh.
Oh, well, that's definitely going to have to be a +2 dice worth of damage.
Okay, so you smack him with a spanner across the side
Ooh.
of the face for what I think the technical term is a shitload of damage.
13.
13 damage, so 4 points of thing. That's still 9 gets through.
If he just smashed his kneecaps in.
He might have, if he's lucky, got him out of the green.
He's like slightly yellow.
Yeah, he's kind of on the cusp of turning yellow, isn't he? So that's Sean's go. So Lizzie to go next.
Hold on.
Yeah, go
Hold on. And then I'll step back to there, so he can't reach me.
Okay. Yeah.
Jump in, smack him.
So
Jump away.
Lizzie to go.
So, which guy's causing you the most trouble?
The one that's still standing upright is probably appears to be causing
Billy
the
Joel there,
the most trouble when you arrive.
or whatever his
because
name
he's
is. No,
still-
Elton John. His name's
Okay,
Elton John.
so I'll attempt to hit him in order to get. Is this basins or urinals?
Those are
Basins.
middle.
basins.
Marie?
Hmm?
Marie?
Basins,
yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Sorry,
the basins.
sorry. Would you like to do a combination attack together to try and get his head in the toilet?
What are we, skill bullies?
You
Okay.
could slam his head in the door of the thingy. I suppose that would hurt.
Just fill up the sink and we can do them in there, man.
So what are you doing?
I'm going to attack him,
Right.
and basically, if I pass the roll, what I'm going to try to do is get up onto where the basins are.
Yep.
Because that'll be a fairly solid unit,
Aye.
and kick him from a higher position.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Okay, go for it.
Because it's all been a bit shambolic, really, hasn't it?
So if you move yourself to there, you'll get a charge bonus, and you'll get a bonus for 2 opponents. Okay, you get +3 to hit in total.
So will that be brawling strike then?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
Definitely a hit.
Got 13, Brian.
Yeah, that's it. I'm still moving you because when I asked you to move you, you didn't. So
I've just moved myself.
All right. Okay. So that's 13. That's a hit. No stun, so it's just roll the damage. 5. You got a point through, even past his massive toughness. So you kick him in the head. Yeah, these guys are starting to look like they're starting to consider the possibility that they might lose.
There's like 6 of us against
Yeah, and it's taken all 6 of you to get them to this point. To be fair, these guys are tough. Adam, you to go. I actually toned them down from the enforcers in the books as well.
Right.
Just a little bit. Tweak them down a little bit.
Can I attempt to grapple?
I don't see why not. Yeah, you can.
Oh, what would that be?
It's grapple.
They should have grapple as a thing, yeah.
It's a grapple attack.
Oh, I don't think I've ever set that up.
Okay, it'll be the same as your unarmed strike.
Okay.
Ooh. That's a success. So you've grappled him. It still does 1d3 plus strength damage for some reason, so you can still roll the damage.
Put his head in the sink, Chris.
No, I'm holding him down so then you can get a bonus with because he's surrounded from Lizzie and that.
So you've done 5 damage. So you grappled on him. You've got him in a bear hug. Yeah.
Would you by any chance for a minor action? I guess it's a major then. The pepper spray in his face.
No, that would be a major action.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
You could do it next round. Get a bonus
Yeah,
for it
that's it.
because he's grappled. Try not to pepper spray Joe while you're at it. Joe, it's you to go.
Can I put his head in the sink?
Yeah, make a grapple attack.
already grappled. How does that work? Like mechanic-wise.
Right. He's holding them, but you're trying to steer where you want him to be, so you'd have to grapple him as well and move him over there. So it is a grapple attack, which if you don't have it on your stats, it'll be the same as an unarmed attack.
What you could do is smack his head off the sink.
Yeah,
Wow.
So you failed. No, you haven't.
No, he's outnumbered.
No, he's
That's
You're
not
outnumbered,
including
so you
me.
get +2 to hit, so you've succeeded.
Yeah.
So you grab him and shove his head in the sink. I'm going to say you shove his head in the sink with a fair amount of force and bang his face off the tap so you can roll the damage.
I was just going to turn on the tap.
I mean, you do that after,
Oh, you
couldn't
can do that as well, but, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, damage. I
1d3
completely forgot.
plus your strength.
Plus my
It's not
1d6.
done him any harm, so you've shoved his head under the
What
sink
about
and turned the tap on. Oh, yeah, it has done no harm.
Ben streamed to waterboard someone, so.
I'm going to grab him by a tuft of his hair. I'm going to look at him and go, deep breath, and then I'll shove his face in there.
In that voice.
Okie dokie. Aaron, you
And
go.
then
Sorry,
this will eventually turn to,
Aaron, you to go.
Okay. Right, well, if I want to try and keep this guy down, do I need to roll anything else, or should I just stay sitting on him?
Well, he hasn't made any attempt to get up yet. But he's probably going to now, I suppose. So yeah, make a opposed strength test against him.
This is not going to go well.
Probably not. He's quite strong.
Hey, actually, that's not bad for me.
It's not bad
Holy
at
shit.
all. What's your strength? 0.
0, but I did
So-
get stunned.
You did get stun points, so I'm going to say, I can't remember if the order is stun points first, then attributes to break ties. I think it is. So you've won. So what do you want to use the stun points for?
Okay, so I can actually use...
I mean, you could use them to do extra damage by like wailing on him while you sat on him or banging his head off the ground. You could use them to do one of the other stun things. I don't know. Obviously,
Can
not
I?
knock him prone because he's already prone.
Can I try and restrain him? Like, if I take off my belt, can I try and, like,
Okay.
restrain his, like, tie his hands together with it so he can't hit out? Maybe?
Yes, you've got 5 stun points. I'm going to say you can. Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say you can. So you take your belt off and tie his hands. So he's now out of the fight. You've got him essentially bound in your belt.
Strain literally is a stunt. It's a grappling stunt.
Yeah.
Rob is now totally going to rifle the guy's pockets for the drugs and money, isn't he?
Only
We're
after
gonna
I
need
start
our own
getting his
cleanup
head on.
crew.
Yeah.
So it is the dodgy guy to go, but I'm going to say he surrenders at this point. So I'm going to take him. Well, I'll leave him there for now. Rob, you to go.
Still on the ground though, isn't he?
He is, I.
Yeah, volley him in the head again.
All right, well, go on then.
You could just try and knock him out, I suppose. But
This is Rob we're talking about, right?
well, yeah.
So,
I mean, he would get bonuses.
9, 10, 11. That's a hit, but only just. So you can roll the damage. 6. So
damage.
that's 2 points damage through past his defenses.
Get the
So, yeah.
drugs and money, Rob.
Kick him in the side of the face again. He's now restrained
And
and
then I'm going to start searching his pockets.
being and you start searching his pockets. Right, you are. So he was right. Okay, so he's got quite a lot of money on him. So your resources goes up by 3
Ooh.
for 1
Wow.
month.
Holy shit.
Well, it goes up by 3 until you've actually spent them. It's not a permanent increase. It's just the first time you use anything that would have taken you into those 3 resources. Then we'll do more.
Is that just Rab, yeah?
Just Rob.
Is
Yeah.
this the guy who had any drugs on him, or is it the other guy?
It's the other guy, the one in the trench coat. That's why he's wearing a trench coat, because all the drugs
Right.
are hanging on the
Don't
inside.
worry, Rob will sniff them out.
Yeah, you
I'll
will.
probably trade Rab for some of that resource.
So
back.
it's suspicious looking bloke now who's being waterboarded by Joe. So he's going to try and backheel Joe in the bollocks. This is going to be quite a dirty fight, I think. This. So
He's currently grappled by me, so.
he's currently grappled by you, so he takes -2 to his attack then.
And he's grappled by me as well, technically.
So I'm going to say -3 then. So 20. That's still a -4. So that's still a 16. Does that hit?
Yeah, that does.
So he backheels you in the bollocks for 8 points of damage.
Oh, gee.
1 point gets through.
And then he
You're
shakes
wearing
his-
some kind of armour.
He is wearing armor, yeah.
Body armor.
Bloody hell. Probably sensible given what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was worried the KFC girl would cut up rough earlier, so he put his armor on.
Well, you know how bad his chat up lines are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Combat round 5. If there's anybody who hasn't arrived yet, the mustn't be. I don't think there's anybody left
No, I don't
except
think
Bill,
so.
who's still munching his
Bill's
bun.
eating KFC.
So
Probably not
it's
got off the
Thomas
farm
to
in a
go.
while.
Mm.
Yeah, there's not a lot I can do here, so we've got a one downed guy,
Yeah.
as it were. He's out of the fight. I'm going to walk over to the door,
Right, you are.
make sure nobody else comes in.
You head over towards the door, make sure nobody else comes in. Lizzie, you to go. What do you like to do?
This guy that's just back here with Joe,
Yes.
he's got his head held in the sink, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you manage to turn the tap on?
He did, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Unplugging.
I was actually just thinking of something fairly simple.
Mm.
Putting my foot on his head.
Just keeping it in the sink. Just keeping them from getting. Yeah, okay. He's now being grappled by 3 people. I'm going to say that's him out the fight as well.
Mm.
I
He
can't
probably
see that.
passes out at this point.
Yeah, I can't see that he can outfight 3 people who are grappling him at once. So, you've overpowered the 2 drug dealers. You've taken quite a lot of money off one of them, and the other guy has quite a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Rob's like, ha ha ha.
Do either of them have weapons?
Both of them have knives, but neither of them chose to pull them during the fight.
Mm.
Okay.
Adam can now go to the toilet.
Adam can now go to the toilet,
They're busting for the toilet.
which
the
is
whole
why he
time.
was here for in the first place.
To me, if you just say to these 2 guys that are beat up and tied up in the corner, if you just let him pee, none of this would have happened.
Poor Adam will be fucking desperate by this
It
point.
will be. Aye. Also,
If you,
because you heard them say like just beat him up and don't kill him, just beat him up and then stuff
Yeah.
him in the disables.
Yeah, we'll do that with them.
Yeah, I thought
After
you might.
nicking all the stuff.
After you nick all their stuff, they swear they're going to come after you. The next time we see you, you're dead. You think you're probably fairly safe because they're going to have no fucking idea who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
And you are miles out of your way. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, mate. The fuck you think you're talking to, man? I'm fucking Rob for the gout. I'll fucking have you if I want to fucking have you. You just shut your fucking mouth and be glad that we're not totally doing you in right. Any of your shite, I'll come and find you and I'll kick your fucking cunt in.
They kind of look at each other and like one shrugs and the other one goes, I don't know, Mandarin, Punjabi, I'm not sure.
Oh,
See, you guys are all laughing at this, but one of my American friends sent me a message last night. She likes to watch British crime dramas. And it was Peter Capaldi in a British crime drama. I'm not sure which one. But he was saying something, and she'd been playing it over and over because you couldn't understand it. And what he was saying, it's a drink, I need no tea and sympathy. And I got it the first time and sent it back to her saying, this is what he's saying. She's like, no, you typed it. I can hear it, but I couldn't understand it at all.
While we're on the subject of miscommunications, I've got to tell you this one. Yesterday, I had an allergic reaction to something I've eaten. We don't know what it was, but my tongue swelled up quite badly.
Oh, right.
And it would no longer fit in my mouth, so it was like hanging out my mouth.
Oh, jeez.
So I was talking a lot like this. Right?
Oh, no.
This is how I'm talking. And Marie went, take a antihistamine. So I did. I said, how
Yeah.
long did it take? How long did that work? She said about 20 minutes. So I said to she who'll not be named, sound an alarm in 20 minutes. Thinking, oh, I don't know why I'm telling her that, she'll never understand this. And she went, I will set an alarm for 20 minutes. But bear in mind that she can't understand a word Marie says. But she can understand me when I went, is that an alarm for 20 minutes?
Yes. I can't use the shopping list on the Echo Dot for certain things. One of them being turnip, because if I say turnip, she turns it up. Right?
Increases the voice.
Gets louder and louder. I can't turn it up anymore, right? And if I say Swede, she puts sweet on the list.
Oh, man. But I
There's
understand.
been times where, I mean, when I put pastry mix on the list and you put kiss remix.
Anyway.
We'll probably stock up on some. Well, we'll clean up. We'll kind of clean ourselves up.
We're all still in the toilet, haven't we?
You are, yes.
Including them.
Yep.
Right. Do I have my sledgehammer with me?
No, it's in there.
No.
Is there something long and heavy and hard that I can use?
Not really, no.
I mean,
Okay.
Thomas has a wrench or a hammer. But
He's got a
Spanner.
spanner. Yeah.
spanner. Yeah.
You're not having that.
I just need it for 2 minutes. Then you can have it back.
You're not killing them.
What are you going to do with it is the question.
Kill them.
No, you're not.
No, we're not killing
Stuff them in the disabled toilets and leave them there.
As you are having this debate, you start to hear a large commotion outside.
Oh, no.
I've already left the room.
In that case, you're aware of you can hear the commotions getting louder. It seems to be a lot of people in the main part of the building. It would seem that the fuel truck they've been waiting for, that was one of the reasons you came here, was to refuel, but all the signs said they'd run out of fuel and they were waiting for a new. I should have mentioned this earlier, but I got overly excited. I think I got distracted by having to fix all the technical issues that happened.
Yeah.
So this was the thing that was on the radio.
Yes. So.
This is going to get robbed for sure, isn't it?
The fuel trucks are arriving. There's a lot of excitement starting because people are like grabbing their coats and rushing for the doors because the fuel trucks are seen. There's the police escort. You can see the blue flashing lights.
Yeah.
And we'll pick up there next time.
I will have to heal Rab before we go and do it.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
You will. He's in quite a bad way. He's got some bruised ribs and a punched face, and it's mostly his face actually.
I'm sure they.
I did 26 points worth of improvements to his looks.
Rob's currently got a veritable cocktail of remedies.
What type was it? Like, what actual drugs did he get?
Well, they were worth quite a lot, so we're not talking green.
Just all ketamine.
Yeah, it'll be something along those lines.
Yeah.
Ben, can you send
We
me
haven't
the
got any
full
horses.
information about that stun attack?
So, thank you very much for coming to the game. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good.
Excellent. We'll pick up next time from here as the fuel truck starts to arrive. Thanks very much for tuning in and listening. Hope you've enjoyed it. You've been watching us play Pandora's Age, which is the Pandora's Wake setting, but using the the modern age rules by our friends over at Green Ronin Games. I've been Bryan F. Irving from Gethsemane Games and from DH9 Radio. The players have been the players, and it just remains for us to say, Actually, it doesn't remain for us to say. I forgot about Jenny. Jenny, would you like to tell them stuff?
Yes. If you are on Twitter, then you definitely need to follow at Gethsemane Games. And also, you should check out Gethsemane Games at Drive Through RPG for various things that Bryan can explain in a moment. And also Bryan's Patreon as well.
So our drive-through RPG account, you can buy the role-playing games we create. You've been seeing us use the setting for Pandora's Wake with the rules by Green Running Games of modern age. There is actually a rule set that we produce for this setting as well, which is available on drive-through. There's also our Haunts and Horrors game, our Spelldancer fantasy game, and our most recent offering, which is Entropy Effect. It's very difficult to describe, so just go and have a bit of a read, or better yet, watch the advert for it on our YouTube channel. Also, yes, really good. We also sell a lot of maps. Most of the maps that you will see used in this game are by us and are available under our GM's maps range on there. And if you've got a game, whatever system you're using that requires an adventure or a town to drop in there, check us out on drive-through, because we do have our drag and drop towns and our Adventures Without Borders, which are designed to be used with any system as well. On our Patreon, you can pick up various maps that we release. It's supposed to be every week, but I'll be entirely honest with you, it isn't. What usually happens, you will get 4 a month, but what usually happens is you get 1 at the start of the month, 3 at the end, as I try to juggle time as best as possible. You also get various other rewards on there as well, and you can back that for as little as £3 a month. Check us out on Buy Me a Coffee as well if you would like to be supportive, just for the sake of being supportive. In the meantime, it just remains for us to say, do stay safe, take care, and we will see you next time. Good night.
Nice.
Hey.
Goodbye.
Bye for now.